With that, we're
Those are
live.
tasteful.
Welcome, everyone out there in Viewerland. I'm sure you might be confused by the couple words you heard as our stream opened. Uh, Welcome to Snoggy Dungeons Incorporated for our ongoing Saturday Night D&D campaign. Uh, Back to regular business as usual after our fun and exciting one-shot yesterday. Dresden tomorrow, and I believe everything is its regularly scheduled games next week. So before we get back into things, I will hand it over to our resident shillmaster.
All right. So you will notice around the screen. Oh no, you won't. It's the wrong campaign. But you would have noticed around the screen if it were done. There would be amazing art. So I'm going to require a little bit of theatre of the mind from everyone out there in Twitch land first. And this is a role-playing game, so play along. Imagine you okay, let's get your D20s out as well. You walk into a Twitch stream, right? Make a perception roll. Natural 20. It's a good start. Okay, so you see everything and you see incredible drawings on each character's page. You go, wow, who did that? Make an investigation roll. You find out that's a natural 20. That's 2 in a row. That's amazing. You find out that it's by Instagram's Rose Carverberry. Boom. There's a link in the Twitch chat. That's her name. Fucked it up slightly. It's okay. I'm going to recover because I've got advantage. Ready? He does it. He recovers. No one notices. He rolls on deception. That's an actual legit natural 20. So I've done 3 so far. That's good. We're not getting any more. Right.
And then you try and make a clever chat in the comments. Roll for it. Natural 1. You're an idiot. Okay.
It works. Yeah, it works. Yeah, you try to join in on the joke and you type and yeah, no, sorry, that doesn't work so well. You need to level up the right stats. But she's there. She's great. She works with you every step of the way. She's so talented, and we love working with her. And we can't wait to show you more. If you want to hang around and see the art, it will happen in the middle bit, whatever you call that. I'm tired. I was up till half 6 last night playing. Yeah, intermission. I was playing D&D till half 6 last night. Tried to have a nap before the session, didn't. So that's good. What an end. Right, okay. I think I've sold that really well. Today's made-up sponsor is Universal Music. If you would like to give me a contract, please do. Okay, I'm good.
I do want to say one thing that I like recently, because I only recently started doing anything with her. But like, if you want someone that's excited about your character and to draw your character as you are to have it drawn and like are excited about it, she's the one to go to for sure. Because like, it's what she does. It's pretty freaking cool.
Yeah, she gets super into it. She absolutely has no problems with you giving like advice, feedback, stuff you want changed. It's amazing. She is brilliant. Like genuinely, I'm not saying that just because I have to, because I don't have to, and she's great. So go check her out. All right, that's genuine. I'm done.
All right. And so with that, while we learn that Sam clearly lies about all his die rolls, we will get into the game.
No,
Sam, you're going to be the reason.
I've used all of my skill. Look at that. That was one more.
That's it.
So,
yeah, that's what that is.
Last time, the party had finally managed to reach the conclusion of their long traveling trip to go find the wizard staff, to go learn more about the mysterious witch that had appeared in the world and that had crossed their paths several times. They had a myriad of questions to ask, which were answered for the most part. But most notably, they learned that the witch's name was Callus and was actually one of the 5 great heroes from 35 years ago. And it was revealed that she may in fact be far older than that time and have played a part in many great moments in history throughout all of the lands. Upon being whisked back to Baldea, the party was able to lighten themselves of much of their own gold, which they spent quite handily, before finally being summoned to the castle, where King Elwyn honored each of them as servants of the land and thanked them for their part and offered them full citizenship. And when we ended, he had just completed and had asked them to rise. That is where we pick up.
I rise immediately, glowing, shining, radiantly. A daylight spell is coming on through my skin.
I'm sorry. You need to understand what's going on here, otherwise it's going to look weird. So, Meg asked me a moment ago. Here we go. Here's another show. If Cadbury would like to get in on this, I'm eating mini rolls. They're a nice snack. They're an English thing. Meg didn't recognise them. She was like, "Oh, what's that?" Then we started the stream, so we didn't get to answer her. So I sent her a message saying, "They're mini rolls. Try them out."
No,
This
just Google them. He said,
This
"The
is.
girls
I
Google
said,
them."
they're mini rolls. Google them. Meg's verbatim answer was incognito, to which I responded, "What the fuck?" She was like, "Oh, the food. I just thought it was a hair thing, like a weird anime sex thing." That's where Meg's at today, people.
Same.
That's
It
where
was like a weird anime fetish thing.
that's where Meg's at today, people. Just in case anyone wonders. So, right, should we carry on?
Cool. I didn't know it was going to be this kind of adventure tonight. I
Yep.
would have prepared more notes for that.
I didn't realize.
18
Anyway,
plus?
child.
So,
I it was a weird.
Naya groans and rolls out of bed angrily.
so
Right, we're
you're
in front of the
not
king.
in the middle of
Yeah, we're in front of the
the chamber.
we're in front of the king. We just got
Not-
knighted.
Yeah.
Not rise like wake up, rise like get up from kneeling.
Oh, I was
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
confused. I was so confused. I was like, why am I rising? I thought something else happened, but okay, I'll get out of bed. Guys, again, this is where I'm at. All right, I'm gonna
Rise here.
roll that back and rise with dignity.
Scooch is doing his best to stand up straight, but he cannot. So he like for a couple seconds, and then like he loses focus and like slouches again, and then he's like, oh. Like
All right. As the various prominent members move in, some to just kind of offer what seems essentially like just acknowledgement for the sake of position and ceremony. King Elwyn approaches Scooch and Anastasia and says, if I could have a moment of your time, you two."
oh, of course, and anything, Your Majesty.
Okay, as the three of you kind of pull off away from the main group, he stops and turns and goes, "So while you've been away, some information has come to my attention, and I'm disinclined to believe the veracity of it, and believe this may in fact be a misunderstanding, as," and he pointedly looks at you, Scooch, and goes, "I find it hard to believe that a person guilty of kidnapping would embark on such a treacherous journey for a land he is not a citizen of. So I am willing to believe there is indeed some sort of misunderstanding in this regards."
Yes, I do want to point out that I find it quite silly that anyone would believe any of these rumors, because anyone who knows us knows that it really isn't possible for someone like me to kidnap someone like Anastasia. If anything, it would be the other way around.
It says, I see. I figured there would be something to it, but due to the fact that propriety will be an important factor as we are trying to maintain a good kinship between the kingdoms, I would greatly appreciate it if one or both of you would please send correspondence to High Priestess Helga to ideally clear this matter up so that I do not have to explain why we are giving protection to wanted individuals.
It's probably a good idea.
Thank you. If you need parchment and quill, they will be made available to you. And please get in touch with one of the attendants as soon as you have a missive ready so that we can send it off post haste.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Anastasia's going to take care of that right away, Your Majesty. Isn't that right, Anastasia?
Yep.
Excellent. Thank you. While this is happening, Tomalus, you are approached by a individual, very, very formal looking, very clean cut, armored, with very clearly decorative armor. He kind of looks you up and down and says, "So you are Tomalus?"
Yes, I'm Tomalus Sylphine the First, Paladin of Torm. Some call me the Shining.
No.
So he was going to say, "I have been told that that is not accurate," but
Some call me that. At least one person I know for sure.
He calls himself that.
Talking to a king, shut up.
I have been asked to offer you assistance in the realm of combat, if you are so inclined.
Well, yes. What do you mean?
Because my apologies for not introducing myself. My name is Lord Ruger. I am the military commander for the Baldean Knights. And at the behest of Her Highness, I was to seek you out to offer you training or advancement in the martial expertise.
Ruger, you said?
Yes, Ruger.
Ruger.
Well, that sounds amazing, Lord Commander Ruger.
He kind of notices your enthusiasm. He goes, very well. I will have someone come and fetch you first thing in the morning, and we can begin. Perhaps we can make a knight of you yet. Of all of this, if any of the tales of your swordsmanship are accurate.
Sounds great. I will expect your summons.
Did not hear any of that, Meg.
I muted because I was chewing on my orange. I said that was the most complicated statement Tomalus has ever made. He used the word summons.
All right. What else do the rest of you wish to do?
Is there like this is kind of like sort of a meet and greet banquet situation, right?
Sort of, yeah. It's like not a whole lot of people there. It's mostly just important people. It's
Makes
kind of
us
like one of those.
important.
So while there is like food and beverage, it is primarily the king and about 15 to 20 reasonably important individuals of the crown who are around to acknowledge this.
Do I see anybody I might recognize?
Freda Hawk, he's currently 150 miles east of here.
I don't know if he came back. It's a special occasion, okay? Anaya's gonna look around and kind of be a little disappointed. And then go over to the like skulk by the food table with Arl and like slip her treats and stuff. No cheese though. She doesn't like cheese.
No cheese. Does anybody here look like they are of an arcane persuasion, whether that be like wizard or just like scholar or anything like that? even like a sorcerer, an enchanter.
So you do recognize Ludovic is still there,
That's the divination guy.
as you have dubbed him. Yes.
Okay. Well, the star cloak guy. Yeah.
Yes.
His cloak really gives it.
I don't want to talk to Ludovic. I was looking to make some new connections, to network a little bit.
Been there, done that.
Other than that, there is another figure who is wearing a robe, but their robe is kind of like white, gold trim, kind of has like a big, thick, like sash around the neck that kind of trails down, long white beard.
Okay, so I will approach him. Maybe like wait till he goes to like get some snacks at a table, and like go to that same table to get some snacks. Like wait for an opportune moment, and then just kind of say, hello. I don't know that we've been properly introduced, but my name is Aegis. My friends call me Scooch, but I don't know if you should call me Aegis or not. But hello.
Was well met, young Aegis. We have indeed not met. My name is Father Carrick Oliarch.
Father what?
Carrick Oliarch?
Oh, it was 2 words. Okay.
Yes.
Well, nice to meet you, Sir Oliarch, Master, Father Oliarch. Yes.
What? I'm quite pleased to see that you clearly have been a force for good in the world. We do indeed need more of those.
Well, yes, I am. I think learning that as a wielder of certain magics, there is a responsibility. I think to at least stumble your way into good, which is what I seem to have been doing. Are you uh, a wielder of any sort of magic like that?
I would not call myself a wielder of magic. I would consider myself a conduit of divine will. I am the high priest of Lathander within the city.
Oh. As a high priest, do you come into contact with magic objects very often? Not necessarily enchanted, but innately magic.
I have on occasion. Why do you have some trouble with some magic objects?
Mostly a conundrum that I have been sort of putting on the back burner for a while, but have you ever seen something that is like a small black diamond?
Some things and goes, no, I can't say I am familiar with that myself.
Well, no offense, I didn't really expect you to have been, but more like hoped that you had. It seems that not many people have come in contact with this, and I was just hoping that a distinguished priest such as yourself might have come in contact with something in his journeys.
No, unfortunately, my travels were in my younger days. Most of my time is now spent mostly on ceremony and attempting to further the good word of Lathander and keep the people within the city safe by whatever means I have at my disposal.
Lathander he's the shiny one, right? The sun or the light or something like that?
He is the Morning Lord.
Yes, sorry, I was not raised in a religious capacity, so I have a hard time keeping them straight. Well, I would, I think, you would be interested in meeting my good friend, Sir Tomulus. He is also, not Lathander, but I think you would have much in common with him. He is a paladin of Torm. Does Lathander and Torm, do they get along very well?
Many of their tenets do coincide.
Interesting, interesting. I'm not really, I don't know if they do like crossover events or whatever, but I, as you can tell, I'm getting a little out of my depth here, and I don't want to embarrass myself further. So thank you so much for your time, it, Father Carrick Oliak. Thank you. Good to meet you.
And you, be safe. I trust that you will stumble into more good.
Oh, thank you for those kind words.
Anaya's going to like see this guy. Like, like she's in the same room. She kind of heard snippets. She like looked over at Scooch, saw. Her eyes are gonna widen, and she's going to make herself scarce. Like she's gonna, like go either to the far end of the room, maybe like out in the hallway immediately adjacent, just so this guy does not see her, and so Tomulus can't call her over. Like she's gonna
So you just saw your ex at a party,
bathroom.
and you're
Yeah, she's
and
going to the
you're
bathroom. Anaya really has to pee right now. Like
Maybe ate some bad stew or something. Might be in there.
yeah, that stew just really got to her. She needed to see
So
some stuff.
you said that Ludovic was in the room.
Yep.
What's he doing right now?
he just seems to be minding his business. Most people seem to basically just be making nice and clearly intending to depart shortly afterwards. This is obviously not going to be a long drawn out thing.
Yep, that's cool. I'm just going to walk over to him then and be like, so, a man of your learned disposition must enjoy thought exercises, no?
Because they can be useful. Do you have one in particular?
I do. I need you to not take offense to this. I have no ill plans behind it, but I need someone who knows a lot about the practitioner powerful magic, so I can, in theory, start to figure out a reliable method of destroying magical practitioners. Again, not so I can use it to kill you. Can't stress that hard enough. But I've made an enemy of a very powerful magic user who threatens the whole nation, and I intend to stop her.
Says, well, yes, because you informed my lord about Callus, the information you had found.
Yes, I'm going to have to kill the legend. I'm going to need to know how.
Well, there is always the chance that perhaps we will be able to deal with her before you need get your hands dirty. I'm sure if she continues to work with the Marmo forces, perhaps we can put an end to it all ourselves upon the field of battle.
Indeed. However, I very rarely leave anything to chance. So I have decided to take it upon myself as my charge. You don't have to. I was just wondering if you'd be interested in assisting. Maybe we don't even have to spar, just sit down, formulating some ideas, bit of back and forth, see what works. If you're interested at all remotely, that would be very handy.
As well, I must say that despite your stated intentions, one must always be wary of the tools you give to people who are not fully known to you, as intent can change. So
Racist.
I will at least give you the most basic of information, which is we of the arcane arts are only as capable as our hands and words allow us to be.
Yes, I was thinking along the same lines myself, so that has been very useful. I shan't trouble you any further. Do enjoy the rest of the event and take care.
He kind of gives you a nod of acknowledgement and then somewhat noticeably shifts off somewhere else.
Yep. Gonna have to start trying to recruit for my mage killers somehow.
Maybe don't try and recruit mages for your mage killing.
Have to, because
Just the-
the only,
Friends close,
Yeah.
enemy closer.
well, no, it's not enemies. Like, this is the thing: is that the way to figure out, like, when you figure out, you start devising how do you do stuff. Well, how do you beat something? You go learn that thing. I'm not about to become a wizard, so I need a wizard to tell me how to stop what they do. Then I start doing that.
You got
I was
Escuchin.
gonna say it's a shame you don't have a wizard in your party.
Oh, I definitely do, and I'll use him. But it's also the case of the fact that, like, there are other people using other disciplines. He's an abjurer. What if we meet an evocation expert? You realise that I'm basically going to start writing a treatise on the slaying of mages and how to do it. I may even form a new order of monks here.
Man, a lot of wizards are gonna hate you.
Oh yeah.
Order of the Mage.
Okay, so is there
Slayer.
any like group of like soldiers or like a group of people I could have a cool chat with? Maybe tell of my exploits or my party's exploits.
He's
Uh,
learning.
So there are.
Oh, he's not. He said it was
people-
his exploits.
None of them seem to be soldiers. I said everyone who's actually like in the room for the most part appears to be of import.
Better idea. Is the princess in the room?
Oh
The
my
princess is in the room.
Who is she talking to?
God. You now.
She currently is just talking to a couple nobles. It would seem people just none of the named people that you are currently aware of.
Let's go find out her name again so I'd remember it in character. It's gotta be in here somewhere.
Does this count as inting?
Everything counts as inting when I'm
Yeah,
doing
wait.
it.
Yeah, I gotta say,
Fiona?
wait and see.
Fiona, yes.
Princess Fiona.
Well, I don't mean to cut into conversation. Excuse me, Princess Fiona, and I'll give her like a little bow and a nod.
She smiles. The two people she's talking to kind of give you a look, and one of them moves off. The other one just kind of stands there watching you.
Well, I don't believe we've met. My name is Paladin. No, Tomalus Sylphine the First, Paladin of Torm. Some might call me the Shining. What is your name?
I couldn't tell if that was Tomulus or Colin. Like I
Are-
honestly can't tell.
He's
Are you
inted
saying
so hard by word
Are you saying that to
form.
the
It's amazing.
princess?
No, the other one. The new person I haven't met before.
Okay, so you walked over to the princess, and then quickly turned and.
Well, I need to know
introduced yourself.
everyone I'm talking to. Yes.
Okay.
Thomas is such a social butterfly.
Apparently,
I do have a high charisma.
Meanwhile, Anaya's hiding in the toilet.
he says, "My name is Sir Vargas."
Write that down.
The princess is betrothed.
That's what I was
How
thinking.
dare you?
That's
Never
literally
ruin his
the
dreams,
question.
guys.
This is literally his
Well,
first question.
Well met, Sir Vargas. What is it that you do for the kingdom?
I am one of the military commanders. I serve under Lord Bruger.
Oh, Lord, yeah, I just met him moments ago. He said that I might be getting some training in the morning.
The man very pointedly eyes you up and down and goes, "I see."
I hate you.
I love it.
This guy wants this princess, and then Tomless showed up and was like, "Hey."
Can I see this is happening?
No, this is probably happening about the same time that you're interrogating.
I wanted to sidle up and watch this. Can I do it after I'm finished with Ludovic? Can I please sidle up and just just over his shoulder?
Well, hopefully I will be able to glean some of your might or maybe wisdom in the morning, Sir Vargas.
Fiona goes, "Oh, you're starting your training in the morning."
Well, it does seem that I was requested to at least maybe see if I have what it takes.
She kind of gives you a little smile and says, "I'm sure you'll be a great knight."
That's like talking
Well,
to
you are too kind, Princess Fiona. I keep wanting to say Fiona from
Princess Fiona.
Fiona, Princess Fiona. How have you been since you've been able to return home?
She says, "Well, but I'm still very worried about what may come next."
Yes, I see. Yes, a lot of things are sure to come. Dark, dark things indeed. But hopefully, the light of Torm will keep this darkness away. Shines a little bit.
We can only hope.
Indeed. Just gonna stand there awkwardly for a few moments. Probably then walk away.
It's gone from Jane deep sighing at the entire party to the entire party deep sighing at Tomless.
Paul,
That was always the goal. Come on, guys.
I really
All
want
right.
to, when stood nearby, and as he walks off, I just want to be like, yeah, that was.
My goal
sweet.
then for the
Sweet.
rest of the party is within earshot of Fiona, right? To then tell someone of our tales that she can hear.
Uh,
oh my god.
make a performance check to see how
Perfectly
successful
wonderful.
you're able to do this.
Within
I wanna
earshot.
give him-
Oh my god.
I want to give Colin the assistance, but I'm going to tell you how I'm going to assist him, and you can decide if it helps or not. I'm gonna kind of decide that, you know what, Thomas is a nice guy, and clearly making a good impression means a lot to him. So I'm gonna decide to follow him around a bit and just try and, however, slightly moody and sarcastic that I am, add credence to his stories and be like, oh yeah, that happened. And then at some point, if we meet that guy that didn't like him all that much, if he says anything, like before where he was like kind of discarded, I'm gonna go, I killed a dragon, and just leave
Yeah.
it at that, and just be like, leave it right there, and just like look at him and just be like, that's the thing I did.
To be fair, if Tomless notices Jane wingmaning him or hyping him up in any way, Tomless will start to talk more about Jane and the things that like Jane's awesome move to kill the dragon, Jane disarming a rogue person that was coming to attack the party. That was Tomless, not going to say that, but someone was attacking the party and Jane shut them down real quick. It was super cool. So we'll hype Jane up real quick.
I'll give
given the
you
opportunity.
advantage on your performance check.
Nice.
Let's go.
Come on, baby.
Thomas and Jane out in the town, baby.
Tom
That's
is
pretty good. That is a 20 dirty.
Okay.
Dirtily.
You feel that you're doing a very good job of getting your story out, especially where she can hear. You think you even do catch her glance at you at least once or twice during your efforts.
Marry a princess, become a king. Tomless will do it. Anyway.
So it eventually all winds down.
I think it's working. I don't know. I'm not very good at
And-
this, but I think it's working.
And you're all able to retire to your rooms for the evening. I don't know if Anastasia requires parchment and quill at this time or no.
I hope so.
I'll do it in the morning.
Okay.
Yes, Jane, I've never actually had to woo a woman. I know you're supposed to save the princess and Victory and whatever, but this is the difficult part that I've never really read about in stories. So it's just, testing the field here,
I mean, I would give you advice, having been there before, but she proposed to me. I was extremely awkward, as I'm sure you imagine, and now she's dead. So, I'm not great at this, but I'm trying. Because
Right.
you're a good man, and I
Well,
like you.
You did get a woman to propose to you, which seems
I'm
like a good
pretty
path to
certain.
take.
I'm pretty certain it's because you wouldn't believe it. You've never seen it, but I look great without my shirt on. It's
Would
benefits
not
of being a
believe
monk.
your eyes.
Yeah, you would
All
not
right.
believe it. I am quite rich.
you would not believe your eyes.
So you guys
Would not believe
are able to retire to your rooms,
Nice.
where you have a very nice, very posh rest in your palace apartments that you have been provided.
Can I do one thing before I go to bed?
Sure.
Okay, it's gonna be my animal handling, maybe for the night, but I might do more. Since Arl's getting too big to carry, I
Mhm.
want to make sure that she'll like stick with me and walk beside me. So I want to start training her in like exercises to like walk with me and like like
So,
pay
so you're,
attention at
you're,
least.
you're working on heel and come, but for a cat.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. Like, I just want to make sure that she's not gonna like RUNNOFT on me. Sorry,
Okay.
movie reference.
Make
Are
make
you
your
in an OFT?
Thank you. Yes, you're like the first person who has ever gotten that. Thank you.
go
You
ahead
tell
and
me
make
that
your
nobody's thinking, oh brother, where art thou?
Yes.
animal handling check.
Yeah. I'm on it. I'm warming my dice up. Trying to become one with them. A 9.
Okay.
Yikes.
So with your time together, Arl definitely is showing a
Okay.
propensity to want to stay with you naturally, but does still have a bit of an independent streak. So it is a bit of a struggle, but not like a real cat where it cannot be bothered at all to stick around you.
Okay, I'll take that. I'll take what I can get.
Case in point. So the next morning, at the crack of dawn, Tomelis's room is knocked on.
I rise, ready to go. Obviously, ready for combat training. Sounds like one of the coolest things I've ever done.
Okay. Two soldiers escort you down to where all of the other soldiers are training early in the morning.
So, what kind of training are we getting ourselves into here? Like, what do we usually do for morning training?
The two men do not respond to you at all.
Well, not morning people, I see. Well, the early worm gets a turd or something, whatever they say.
Oh God.
Not my best, but I'm gonna keep to it. Works.
You were just
When,
not on top of it tonight.
when you get out to the training field where you can see there's a lot of soldiers about, you see that Lord Ruger is one of the people out there who is standing watch. Same with Lord Vargas. You also see that King Elwyn is out there as well. Seems to be socializing amongst all of the soldiers and like, checking in with people. And as you come out, Lord Ruger goes, "All right, Tomelis, the Shining."
Someone called me that. Noted. Yes,
Goes,
Lord Commander Ruger. What is it you need of me?
goes, let's see what we have to work with. And they give you a sword, uh, which is not sharp.
Right, makes sense.
And a soldier comes up and squares off with you. It's like, all right, let's see what you got.
Before we fight, what is your name, good sir?
The man just kind of gives you a weird look and goes, Kenyard?
Tenure.
Kenyard, yes.
Yeah. Well, good luck to you, sir. And then I will get ready to swing. Oh wait, my name is Tomelis Sylvian First, Paladin of Torm. Pleasure to meet you.
That was in character. That happened with him, and I love it.
Okay.
It's always in character.
So, I have one question for you, Tomelis.
Yep.
Your combat style. Are you fighting the way we know your fighting style usually is?
Yes. Great Weapon Master? Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Okay.
As long as this is a great weapon that I'm holding. I don't know if they gave me.
Yeah, I mean, it's a long sword, so you can use it with 2 hands.
The autumn cloak is not giving me my +1 AC currently. I just want that.
Probably because you are not attuned.
I should be.
Because you already have 3 attuned items.
Yes, and I haven't been able to attune yet, right? Because we
Correct.
just. Okay, so yeah.
How do you de-attune?
You just
Go to your
take-
attunements and
you
unattune
just
something.
now. You
Oh, I
just
wasn't
say
sure,
something.
like, in-game
Nah.
logistics. Okay.
On
The same way you
We throw it in the garbage.
on the note of magic items, Andrew, this is something for your amazing memory because you actually have the DM's main feat for yourself in real life. You know, I have that mind shield ring. Whenever it matters, so like in the morning or whatever, every time I'll keep it on all the time, but I will by default have it be invisible, so you cannot see it on my hand. Just a side note, just in case that ever matters.
Okay, yep. Yeah, it takes an action to uninvisible it, so once you're invisible, it just stays that way until.
Yep.
Okay. Alright, so give me a Constitution saving throw, Thomas.
8.
Okay. So your training doesn't go very well. You find
Oh,
that
no.
this guy, this soldier is able to keep pace with you, seems to be very easily able to block your blows, doesn't really seem to be trying to press you very hard, seems to kind of like lightly probe your defenses, blocks your blows. After an hour, you are exhausted after an hour of training. You are sweating profusely. Your arms feel like they don't work anymore. And Lord Kruger is like, I see, we have a long way to go with you. You are headstrong, reckless, you are foolish.
Yes, well, I mean, you didn't have to bring out your best man. I mean, look, Sir Kane out here is quite a fighter. Holy crap. You have like some water. You need, like water or something. This is hard.
He goes, well, can only hope that we can make the most of you before it truly matters.
Well, I hope you can train me up too. I mean, look, I mean, if that's what you can make, I want to be like Lord Canard over there. That guy's strong as crap.
So what do the rest of you want to do? So essentially, you guys have about the next 7 days at your disposal.
Well, firstly, I want to go find Kenyon and ask him if he is actually. I'll be like, excuse me, dude. In fact, I want to find that lord and be like, listen, did you send my mate out to do training with actual fucking Brock Lesnar? You know what I mean? Like, God, no neck, absolutely fucking F5'd him through a table. So I had 2 main objectives I was going to do. One, there's a conversation I want to have with, well, 2 conversations I want to have. One with Anaya and one with Tomulus. They'll just be short and probably sound very weird, but I will go up to Tomulus and be like basically just go, so what's the let me see your plate mail. I worked on it last time, but I forgot to take measurements for it. I would like to see it, please.
I'll give it to him.
Okay, and I'm going to measure.
It's a bit dinged
This
up
part.
now, but
I'll say, yeah, it's nothing that can't be fixed. I'm going to measure up this part of it, and then because I'll have like I'll have brought something from the blacksmith. I'll have spoken to him. I'm trying not to ruin it, so I'll have spoken to him in advance, and I'll tell you what it is. And then I'm also going to go. So also, what's the measurements of your neck?
I don't know. It's probably not too thin of a neck. He's an elf. He's still.
Yeah, no, I'm asking you, like, as in, like.
Oh, it's 47 inches. I don't know. What's a big
By that I was asking. I'm going.
centimeters.
It's not 47 inches. I'm going to measure it, and so I like take measurements for what I need, and then just go. Okay, I'm I have everything I need. Like 47 inches. That's a classic.
Alice's
I'm a
neck
tree
is
trunk of
big-
it.
Alice's neck is bigger around than the rock's chest.
Anyway,
That's not.
as
That's
soon as
not
it just started coming out, I was like, too big. I went too big. 7 inches, I went way too big. There's 7 inches there.
7 inches. You throw out. So you know you can't go bigger than 7 inches, guys. Come on. So yeah, okay. So having got everything that, and hearing you say 47 inches and going, no, I was asking if I could measure it, you fucking idiot, and then measuring it for him and just and walking out, just feeling like Jesus Christ, patience is tried constantly. And then
Just to put it in perspective, the average range of a male neck is 14 to 19 inches.
So more than double.
yeah, Tom almost starts at that.
Pretty sure that's like
Almost triple.
Tom, it's canon now. Tom just has the thickest neck.
Oh, it's horrifying.
Uh,
I
okay,
hate that.
and then I assume you're going to be doing some work on his armor.
Not on his armor, no, it's part for his armor that I make. I have the dimensions. I'm going to go do it. I'll have a conversation with the blacksmith in a moment. I need to find Anaya.
Okay. So does anyone else have stuff they wish to accomplish during this time? Because obviously you will receive your items on their due dates. Yes.
And mine was supposed to be here this morning.
That first day, I would like. Okay, guys, tell me if this is a bad idea, real quick. Cat armor.
Can't be a bad idea.
Oral's almost big enough to fight, but like Anaya's a paranoid mom. So, what do you guys think about an armored displacer beast?
Sounds
I mean, you
terrifying.
can get like
Yeah,
barding and
it's
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, leather armor. I don't know. Can it attune to magic items? Who knows?
Get
Time
it
to find
plate
out.
barding. Get it plate barding for a fucking cat. It's going to grow out.
There is one thing that will be of note, though. Its skin, fur, or whatever, is what creates the displacement effect.
Okay, fair. Never mind. Okay, no cat armor.
Not that.
Okay, so huh?
If you could kill another displacer beast
Just
and
like
make leather armor out of it.
That sounds
so sick.
horrifying. No.
So, it's like
Where the
That's
skin of your
human
cousin.
using human skin as armor. That's literally horrifying.
Oh, okay, so this week for Anaya is gonna be spent like in the most natural, secluded area. Like this is just gonna be like Arl's hardcore, like Karate Kid training sequence.
Wax on,
Alright,
wax off.
I'm
Just
not
imagine the cat.
doing montage.
Yeah, training montage.
You're gonna paint the fence.
Because I've seen that she's doing that, I'm actually not going to bother her during this time. I'm not going to speak to her instead. What I am going to do, and I'll let you know, and I'll give it to her, is the same thing I did for Scooch with the red Ruby War Mage and a nice dagger. I'm going to do that for her.
Okay, so you're going to drop another 125 gold.
So I will sort that now. Then, what I'm going to do with the rest of the week, because the work I'm doing should not take very long at all if we're following
Well, the other question I have then is, Scooch and Anastasia. So, Anastasia, do you write a letter to?
Yeah.
Okay, and you do send it off.
Yeah. I'll find someone to send it off for me. Like, this needs to be sent all the way to Moss and this temple. And yeah. Goodbye,
Well,
Zachary.
Scooch.
He did warn
That's
it would
pretty
happen.
good.
He called it. Now the windows are wrong.
He's back ish.
Yep. Still the windows are wrong. Gotta wait for them to line up. Curtis
I'm
Sam's in
Jane
charge.
now.
So Sam, what happens next?
Yes.
yeah, I'll go.
Like, who am I?
Why is your screen so far
You're
behind me?
agents.
I can't see who
So
I am.
Jane finds this super cool katana that
You're Anastasia.
teleports.
Nice.
I'm Anaya now.
Ew.
Get moody.
Man, why not do this stuff to people?
Perfect.
Welcome
Nailed
back.
it.
You did call that you might have that hiccup.
I did. Was hoping it wouldn't happen, but it did.
All right. So, is there anything else that Scooch and Anastasia hope to accomplish over the course of this week?
Okay, well, Scooch, I think, wants to do some research, if that is at all possible. Is there like a library in the castle, or some archive, like an archive, or something where you can access like ancient tomes?
There is a library. It is not in the castle. It is kind of like near the palace grounds, but it's not actually in the castle. But there is in fact a library. What sort of research are you going to be doing?
I think I want to do some research into the void and the drowned one.
Okay. Okay. Anastasia, is there anything else that you wish to accomplish other than sending out this letter, or are you just going to kind of twiddle your thumbs, wait for your stuff to get made?
Hmm. I guess I'll go see if I can find some clerics who might know more than I do and talk to them about raising people from the dead.
Okay. All right. So Sam, what is it you're hoping to create? Because
So I'll tell you. So for Thomas's plate mail, or half plate, I'm going to make a gorget for it, which
figured.
will be in the style of the and of course now I forget the name of the helmet type that is I really like. Fucking goddamn it! Sallet helmets, sallet helms.
Mhm.
So that a sallet gorget, which will come up to just underneath his face. On it, It's very, very simply engraved with the hand symbol, just small, like as in like literally like a small coin that I would engrave and then stamp onto the front of it. And like the gorget itself wouldn't be very fancy because I have other things I want to do. That should take me up until about when my sword is done. After that, I will start. I will spend the rest of my days every morning at sunrise. I'm going to climb up to the highest point it's safe and legal for me to climb up to, where I can like meditate. And I'm going to be trying to commune with Tiamat.
okay.
Just like trying to focus in on, uh, namely within the aspect of vengeance for those wronged. And like you can see when I'm not, I'll spend like 7, 8 hours a day doing that, and then what I'll do before bed is I will be writing in a book I will buy. You need to let me know how much that costs, and the book will be so far labeled with a name that no one's singing because no one's read it. But in that book, I'm like working very hard on like there's diagrams, there is theories, there is like martial diagrams, there's like training techniques that I know, things like that, and like will be the collected knowledge of stuff I know about the arcane. So if anyone's around like libraries with arcane stuff, I'm going to try and find as much of that as I can and be reading it and make a mess of my room. It's all have scrolls everywhere that I've been borrowing.
Okay. So just to get a bound book, I'm gonna say it's gonna run you probably about 15 gold to get a blank bound book and ink and stuff to be able to write.
I'm going to send you the name I'm giving that book, and you can add that to my inventory if you want. But that costs me how much?
So that'd be 15 gold. And then it's the 125 to make Anaya's.
Yeah, I already spent that. So
Yeah. All right.
I would pick up my ring or amulet or whatever he ends up giving me. Doesn't. I guess you can. Let me know
if Scooch, Jane, and Thomas all want to hit refresh on your character sheet, you will notice that you have gained the stuff you have requested.
Oh yeah.
sick.
Oh yeah.
And then I will go spend some time in the woods and unattune to my Libra mnemonica, sadly, so sad, and attune to the wondrous cloak, or the autumn wondrous, the cool cloak of leaves.
So,
And then, oh, you can go.
go ahead. Sorry.
No, I have more things to say.
I was just gonna ask about attunement. Do I have to do anything special to attune to this cloak?
No, it will just as you put it on, like basically the +1 items. The attunement is merely the triviality to prevent you having lots of them. There is no special magic that you must figure out.
And then I will, while also probably attuning to that leaf, I'm going to look at the stone, look at the ring, and look at the book. Start like weighing some options, and then I'll pocket the stone and take the ring, and I will actually go find Anaya in her training.
Cool.
Sister, can you give me a moment?
And I'm going to like give Arl like the stay gesture. I rolled a 12.
Do you have a plus to animal handling?
No, I have a -1 to animal handling. So I rolled a 13. My total is 12. I don't know if she sits and stays, but I'll walk over to Thomas regardless. Yes, brother.
Well, I had something made that I think you might benefit from greatly. I just don't want to see you hurt, and I'll just hand her the ring, or open her hand, put it in her hand, and close her hand. And I'll be like, "Good luck with your training," and I'll walk away.
Okay.
And I'm gonna look as touched as she ever has and just slip it onto her spare finger.
Okay. Then I guess Thomas, you can remove that item, and
Yep.
Meg, you can add a ring of some protection.
Ring of some. Is that actually what it's called?
Yep.
Yes.
Nice.
And I'm gonna put the book in the bag for safekeeping.
Okay. So
Cry.
I will say that as you make that decision, you have the book, which is actually filled up quite a few pages at this point, as you have had time to rest each time. So it is a tale of your time in Khayr-Dûn. It details your travel to Staff's Tower. It details all of the things that you experienced and asked him about. It covers all the way up through the returning to Royd and your big honoring ceremony. And the moment you go, this thing, you watch as all the pages just go blank.
Wait, does that also mean that I don't remember those things?
No.
Okay.
It's if you
Woo!
damage
It's only
the
if it gets
book,
destroyed.
you lost
Okay.
the memories.
I thought that might be an interesting. Oh God! And then I will put the book in the bag of holding with one single tear, as I've read that, and it makes me sad that my tales are not written down anymore. And then I will just spend the rest of the week training every morning with the Knights of Boldea.
Yes. Okay. So Scooch, you said you were looking for information on the Void and
The drowned one.
the Drowned one. Okay. Go ahead and make a investigation check to see how your efforts at the library go.
Not good. 7.
7th, you don't really find a lot of information on those topics, despite regularly visiting and trying new angles and be like, what about this? And everything seems to come to mostly a dead end. The only mention that you can even find of the drowned one are kind of like just a couple mentions of the like grand scale war that happened almost 1,000 years ago. The term drowned one shows up a couple times, but it doesn't list any direct correlation or anything that helps tie anything together for you.
Gotta love 7 on a roll.
Thomas, you find that your training sessions are incredibly taxing, but you do feel that you are getting better and doing well. Some of the soldiers are treating you very camaraderie, with good camaraderie at this point, seeing you every day for a week. A few of them know your name and treat you as one of their number. The thing that you do notice every time you go out there is every morning when you go out, you always see Lord Ruger and King Elwyn are both always out there every morning. The one thing you also notice is that while everyone else is armed and armored and looks ready to fight at a moment's notice, whenever Elwyn is out there, while he is wearing his armor, he never has a sword.
Hmm.
He is always unarmed.
Interesting. Okay.
It's a massive badass. You don't need a sword if your dick's 47 inches.
As big as my neck. No.
Wait, can I do something during the week that I just thought of?
Sure.
I want to. You can tell me how much money this would be, but I want to go to like a healer or something like that, and if they have any like muscle balm or anything like that, like to help heal sore muscles or whatever, like to rub into their muscles. I want to buy some and leave it on Tomalus's pillow.
Yeah, and so you're easily able to find that. It'll cost you about, I'll say, 2 silver.
She looking for that tiger balm.
Anastasia, you, in your search to go find out more about resurrection during this time, your travels take you to the, well, I'm gonna have an official name here. Yeah, the High Temple of the Morning Lord, where most of the priests seem to feel very out of depth, based on your inquiries, but they eventually direct you to Father Carrick, who says, "Oh well, resurrection is generally one of the healing arts that can be performed, but something so long ago is very, very potent magic. Do you at least know where the deceased you would wish to bring back would be? As without a body, it would prove even more difficult."
Do I know where Scooch's mom is?
Scooch, did they bury your mom?
Imagine so.
Okay. Then yes.
Yeah, the bodies.
So I'm sure there will be some stigma if you were to dig up said body, but yes, if you were to take potent enough magics, you might be able to bring back the dead. I presume this must be a very important person that you wish to beseech the heavenly powers for such a big ask.
Yes. It's hard to explain, but it's important, and it needs to be done, and I think it'll help some people.
I see. Are you wishing to do that here?
But probably wait until I can do it myself because I can't do that kind of thing yet. You know, I'm only
See,
small.
also, you're also from Moss, yes?
Yep.
I imagine that if this body is still buried, it is quite some distance away.
Oh yeah, it's in Moss. We have to go all the way back to Moss and dig it up and then deal with
Yes,
the.
I will. I don't need the particulars. I think it's best if I not know about you digging up those in a repose. But if you do believe that this act will lead to some goodness in the world, then I do hope you are able to achieve it.
I can do this.
All right.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
As you all complete your various tasks and the days roll along, on the so did you all also deduct your remaining gold for everything? Jade, I believe you owned
Oh,
just
yes.
about 2,000 more gold.
Yep, I paid
Uh,
500 to begin with, but yeah.
They gave me a discount, but I don't remember.
It went down to 1,300, and you paid 130 up front, so you would still owe 1,170 gold.
Yep.
But you now
How
have
much did I pay up
gold right now.
front for mine?
This works. Only Thomas paid everything up front.
Yep.
Right.
It was 10% up front, so yours should have been 2,500 if I remember correctly. So that would have been 250 up front.
Okay, and then so
2,250.
2,250 then? Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
And you also have your mithril chain now, Anaya.
Does the diamond fit?
Let's find out. Yeah, it does. It's not a perfect fit, but it's snug enough.
Okay, she's gonna string that sucker around her neck and tuck it in.
Okay.
As an aside, if you would like to fit the jump, we don't have time anymore. I was going to say I could have done it because I could have measured it and then gone
She's
to.
not letting anybody touch this thing.
Yeah.
She's done it like once or twice, and that's as much as it's happening.
I want to have a conversation when there's a moment. I want to speak to Anaya real quick.
Okay. Go ahead.
So I'm gonna be doing my stuff, but I'm gonna at some point during the evening, if I see that you're not training your cat anymore, towards your room or whatever, I'll be doing the same as I did with Scooch. I'll just be stood outside it, just waiting.
Yes. Like, she's gonna, walk up the hallway, see him kind of screw up her faces, and then, regain dignity and walk up and act all high and mighty again.
Good to see you. I had something for you. May I? I point to your room.
You may.
Excellent. And I walk in and sit on the floor. But as I walk in, I my legs, and then they just they do that, and I just sit on the floor,
Like all cool, like
monks do.
Yeah.
And, it's like a Shaolin monk, and just sit down because I'm pretty strong, and sit down and say, strange question. Do you have your dagger on you?
I do.
Let me see it.
Okay, I'm pretty sure I do. But I know I used, yeah, okay, so I still have one. Because I sacrificed one, I think, to that big bowl for water, but I still have a dagger.
The bowl.
All hail the water bowl.
I still hand him my remaining dagger.
And I will test the weight of it. It's not bad, but I feel, and then I'll pull out from my belt. You saw there was like a pretty posh dagger that had a red crystal like mounted to the hilt. I was like, but I feel this one's superior. Chose it myself. You can use your spells through this, but there's a reason. That's not important. What is important is that as a team and as friends, we all need to have each other's backs. So this is a symbol, as symbols can be, of me watching over you, even though I can't always do it on the field of battle. Now I can protect you through other means. It's yours. Take it. And I hand it to you. I've got hold of the blade and the hilt. It's pointed towards you.
She's gonna like curl her fingers around the hilt and inspect it. I will do my best to return the favor. Just gonna tuck it wherever the fuck she kept her other dagger. She didn't really have like a sword belt or anything. Oh yeah, dude, wait. Can I like keep it in my sleeve? Fuck yeah!
You got the sleeves.
Tuck it in your
Uh,
sleeve.
Because it's the evening, is it? It's dark outside, isn't it?
I mean, you had anywhere in 7 days to do this, so it could have been evening.
So I've definitely targeted a point where there's a point to this where there's shadows, and then I'm going to go. Either way, it was a pleasure to do this service for you, and then I'm going to start making hand signals, and I melt into the shadows.
Shadow clone jutsu.
Disappear. Yeah. I melt into the shadows and reappear down the corridor.
Anaya's gonna like look out the door and make sure that he's gone before she shuts it. And then I think the ring that okay, so I need to know the name of the dagger that I'm adding to my stuff. And then I think the ring of some protection I need to attune to. So I'd like to attune to that as well.
Yeah.
So if I need to attune the dagger, I need to do that.
I believe you will need to attune to the. It's called the Ruby of the War Mage, I believe, is the name of the item.
I'll do that. Yeah. Fancy. Thank you. Meg is way more grateful than Anaya appeared.
The following morning, Scooch, you get approached by Ludovic.
Oh.
He goes, "You, Aegis, correct?"
Yes.
He goes, I've been seeing you taking regular trips to the library, so I was wondering if I could impose upon you and your companions.
I suppose, depending on what the imposition is.
Well, I wanted to return some books that I had taken out and retrieve some back again. I thought maybe since you seem to have been going here quite regularly, I could get you and your companions to just do this for me.
Just take some books to the library?
And bring some back, yes. And he pulls out a parchment that has a long list of book titles on it.
I suppose that wouldn't add too much to my my workload already, so certainly.
Excellent. And he promptly turns around, and you can see behind him there's kind of like a bag that he had put on the ground before he spoke to you that is quite full of books. And he kind of hefts it up and shoves it in your hands.
Oh my. Am I able to carry it?
Yeah, it's not like comically big, but it is a significant significant amount. It's probably a good like 40 pounds worth of books just in a bag.
Oh man, okay.
Like, good, excellent.
When do you need yes, when do you need the other books by?
No rush. Bring them by when you can. Thank you. And he kind of makes his way off.
Certain. As soon as he is out of sight, I will find a table and pull every single one of those books out and look at them.
They seem to be a wide-ranging thing. Some of them are treatises on tactics. Some are on the history of Marmo. Why are you laughing, Sam?
I just love it. I'm thinking of learning how to kill mages. Yes, I'm going to learn everything about Marmo and tactics and I know they're also at war. I just find that really funny. Continue.
The majority of them seem to be various books about star patterns and the nature of celestial bodies and reoccurrences throughout history.
Does anything in particular look like it would be useful for me to skim through?
It depends. What are you trying to learn?
Anything. I think that answer is the answer of probably nothing in particular. There's not anything on the void, is there?
There does not appear to be any mention of any. None of the titles seem to allude to anything to do with the void.
Okay. Then I will pack up all of these books, and I am going to. Am I like in a courtyard? Like, am I close to my room?
I'd say basically he intercepted you in the halls of the palace, so you're probably not too far away from being able to get back to your room.
Okay. Because I would like to employ the help of someone stronger than me to carry these books.
He shares a room with Anastasia.
I've also been going myself if you needed to enlist me, but you can also enlist Anastasia.
Well, I think his go-to is gonna be Anastasia, but if we run into you on the way, you're getting a third of these books. And I imagine that's exactly what happens.
You're probably going to run into everyone except for Tomless, because Tomless is out in the training grounds at this time.
Right.
But
so I'll
you
be
know
like
where he is if you wish to go find him.
I'll be like mid-explanation to Anastasia, like, would you mind helping me take these books to the library and take some more books to Sir what's his name?
Carabiner?
Carabiner. I totally just lost his name. Ludovic. There it is. I don't know why it was a K in my head. Anyway, help me take them to Sir Ludovic. Jane, yes. The more the merrier. Many hands make light work. And he kind of brings Jane over and starts like distributing books to each of them. And will try and make his own load lighter than everyone else's.
Okay.
I'll look bemused and help them anyway.
Are you gonna grab Anaya as well, or not gonna bother her for fear of evil glare?
I mean, it's mostly just like Anaya isn't known to be muscle bound. So no offense.
I do have a -2 to strength, so
Yeah. And
Oh,
you
God.
You have hired two of the party's resident beefcakes. I do think.
We are a beefy party for the most part, except for our two other casters.
It's really just that there's a huge contrast of you are either incredibly beefy or you are made of noodles.
You
Made of noodles.
But I will say that you do see them doing this, so it is up to you whether you decide to invite yourself or not, as they are departing with books in hand. Okay.
Come on.
Anaya, we're going to the
Oh.
library.
okay, I'll keep a safe distance just to make it clear that I'm not intending to help. Like,
Okay.
I will come, but I will not carry books.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So you all make your way along. About the time that you get out of the palace and are making your way across the courtyard to where you know the library to be on the outside of the grounds, you see Tomless is engaged in his training session. Opposed to the way he might have looked the first day, he seems to be holding his own and doing quite well. As you're all making your way past, he wraps up his lesson, and everyone kind of gives a pat on the back and shakes hands as people kind of go their separate ways.
Do I see them doing this then?
Yeah, as I said, they are crossing where you are.
Well, then I will. Excuse me. What? Do you guys need some help? Need a hand?
Sure, you can carry these books.
And I'll hand him all of my books.
All right.
Well played,
Uh,
Scooch. I can appreciate that. You maneuvered that in a superior manner.
So you continue your way as you reach what is the library. As you open it up into the main room, it's the first chamber is kind of like a, a front desk. There's kind of like a large wooden table in the center of an open room that leads to other hallways that branch out to various chambers. To most of you, this is a new experience. It is very nice marble rooms with tapestries and fine rugs. Scooch, the first thing that draws your attention is there's no one there. And there has always been someone at the desk every time you have come.
Um, hold on a second, lads. Hello? Someone? Mrs. Potts? Anyone?
I feel like the shoe might be about to drop.
So you call out and then you're like listening for a response of like someone to come running in and be like, "Oh, sorry, I left my post." You're looking for one of those, basically.
Right, and like I know library's supposed to be pretty quiet, so can I hear like anyone shuffling around in the shelves or like anything like that?
Make a perception check.
Oh
Ruh-roh.
It's pretty decent.
Can I assist him? Because I'm pretty paranoid and would be very certain that there was an ambush afoot.
Well, you don't know that there's supposed to be somebody there, do you?
I have been going to the library as well as my meditations. I'm writing a treatise on mage killing.
Yeah,
I've been
okay.
going
Okay. Okay, well, that didn't mean you're necessarily going to the library, but if you went to the library, then you also do notice that this is unusual.
Also, with the alert feat, I've taken that because I am paranoid, and I'm sure that everyone's trying to kill me at all times.
Just ominous, and only in bed.
Well, my initial roll was a 10, so
Yeah, so you don't hear anything. It is completely quiet.
Put down those books for a moment and come with me.
I don't know if it's paranoid. Are you also going to look around then?
What? Where do I put them? I don't know where they go.
Anywhere, just on the table. Something's not right.
I rolled just in case you wanted me to. I got a where's fucking perception? A 14.
So you also don't hear anything, but you do notice that the door on the other side of the desk, which leads towards one of the rooms of stacks, is ajar. Not far ajar, but ajar.
I'm going to raise my hand, go very quiet, point towards the door, and tell everyone to be. And then I'm going to move towards the door as stealthily as I can. I'm also going to cast Pass Without Trace and grant that bonus to everyone instead of just.
Great idea. 'Cause I'm
Okay.
gonna need it. I have disadvantage on my stealth checks.
We both
if
do.
I see Jane going into like special forces mode, I am gonna very quietly kind of like wave over myself and just like whisper like, and then cast mage armor on myself.
Yeah, and I pull out
at
a
least
silenced
get back.
9mm pistol and have a great beard, and I'm Jane Wick. Yeah.
Jane Wick.
Oh, we're in a library. I'm gonna
I'm gonna
fuck a
put
dude
on
up
the
with a
mask
book.
and start picking
That
them
is my
off.
mission. I'm gonna fuck a dude up with a book. This is my John Wick moment. We're doing it.
Yes.
So who all is being stealthy? I saw Anastasia's bad roll, but do keep in mind you all have a +10.
Yes.
So 12.
So 19.
That could be
Stealth
worse.
roll?
honestly.
Yep, I've got a
stealth check
21.
and manually add a +10.
18.
24. Get wrecked, Jane.
Yeah, I
Was
got a
that with
21.
your
I rolled.
was that with your disadvantage,
It
Thomas?
was. I rolled a 12 and a 14.
Okay.
Wait, why do you have disadvantage?
He's wearing armor.
We have heavy armor.
Yep, they go ching 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 everywhere. So really hard to be quiet. Okay, so Jane, you're taking point on this as everyone is going into sneak mode.
Yep. And I'm gonna move up to the door and as silently as I can. Like if there's like room to look through, I want to try and see through it, see if I can.
Yep, there's a gap probably about this big that you can look through into the room.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. I will be motioning, by the way, that everyone to like spread out around the door in like a defensive position, so that if it opens, like the casters are behind and they've got line of sight, and that the frontline guys are in the front. And we're gonna be ready to.
Okay, as you get to the door, it does narrow. It's only about a 15-foot wide hall for the last 15
Okay,
feet.
in which case then super careful that we push the casters to the back and that we have the meaty boys in the front.
Okay.
Meat.
So that they don't have to comply with my orders, but I will tell them that. And then I'm gonna look into the door and see if I can see anything. Let me just take my key point. So
Make a perception check.
+4, that's 22.
Okay. So you peer through, and the first thing that you notice is that the room you're looking into is not well lit. It looks like most of the torches along the walls seem to be out. The room is mostly dark. The only light is, in the center of the room from being there previously, that there's generally this globe of dim light in the center of the room and then torches around the outside. The globe in the center still appears to be lit, casting shadows outwards, but all of the torches aren't. You also, from where you are, see a single figure over by one of the stacks of the books, which seems to be lying on the ground and is not moving.
Oh fuck. So I don't know how much I can hand signal that, but I'm gonna be like, but it's, eyes on, one, and give the directions to it. At which point, I'm gonna, as quietly as I can, be like, Thomas, what are you doing?
It's hand signals. Let's tell him.
And then I'm gonna open the door as quietly as I can, and I'm gonna tell the guys to hold, and I'm gonna sneak in towards that body and see if anything comes and kills me, and then you guys.
Okay, so you're going to open the door and make your way into the room?
Yep, as quietly as I can. I'm gonna check if the traps first. Gonna do that.
Okay. Okay, we'll check for traps. Make your investigation check.
Rolling.
Ooh, it's not amazing. Investigation is 15.
Okay, you do not find any traps. And then, yes, Meg. Everyone can roll initiative.
Yeah!
I thought so. Oh, it's not great.
Nat 1, bitches. It's one of them nights. So total of 3.
15.
So 13.
12.
Also a 12. 12 buddies.
I'm not ready to note any of those numbers, so you're going to have to tell them to me again.
Let's keep screaming them at Andrew all over each other at the same time so he has no clue what we're saying.
12.
3.
Oh my god. Okay. Jane,
And what's 9 plus 4?
13.
13. Thomas,
12.
Anaya,
3.
Scooch,
15.
Anastasia.
12.
Okay. And let me do this, and then I will give you guys a map.
Ooh.
Love a map.
I
bet
saw
you
the
do.
Love me.
trailer on the stream. He did.
You cheer.
I know where we are, guys.
Yeah, we're in the library.
Duh.
Now, listen.
There you
How do you
go.
follow up?
Ooh. So, these things right here are like
Shells?
on the floor. They're like, yeah, like are they
The wooden things are
shelves or is
stacks of
that like
shelves. The wooden things are stacks of
Okay.
shelves.
These chairs look comfy as fuck.
You're not wrong.
Scooch and Jane can test they are comfy as fuck.
Can confirm?
Yeah, they're
Really
real
good
good for learning
armchair.
about stabbing people.
All right. So Jane, as you make your way into the room and peer in, you can see the other bodies on the ground, scattered about. You can see books have been. It looks like they've literally been ripped off of walls and scattered about. But you don't see anyone at the moment. Starting in our initiative order. What was your stealth check? You had a 22
Yeah,
for your
me.
stealth?
That was such a shit roll as well.
Yeah.
Thank God for that skill.
So they do not. So the first person to go in the initiative order. So Jane, you creep into the room as you open the door and begin to look around. And at first you see no one. And then the first thing is you hear as something zips by your head. Anastasia, does a 27 hit you?
Yeah. Just barely, but yeah.
Yeah, meat to beat.
Yeah, me to beat and all that. One day, I will be unstoppable.
Okay, you are going to take
Long
nine-
rested, right?
Yes.
At some point during this week. Okay.
Yes.
One second.
You're going to
Okay.
take 19 piercing damage.
Motherfucker! Ow!
Want to use my projected ward ability to extend my arcane ward and absorb 16 of those hit points.
Okay. So you will
So I take 3.
piercing damage.
Oh, wait.
Which does your heavy armor negate that to 0?
Oh yeah. I'm basically God.
Okay. You're also going to take 10 poison damage.
Fuck.
And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
You have a +3 to that.
I do.
No, you have an extra +3 to that.
So 13. Uh-huh.
Well,
a 13.
She is real grateful for your +3.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
You are poisoned,
Oh.
but you are not unconscious.
Oh, great.
Oh.
Oh no!
I just want to point out, whatever this thing was, like attacked Anastasia, and literally everyone was like, "No, no, this is a child."
How
Basically
dare
went,
you attack our cleric?
wait, no, that's a child. No.
Scooch, you are up. So what you saw is the door open the rest of the way as Jane kind of crept into the room, and then you watched 2 arrows come flying through the door. One bounced off of Anastasia's armor, and the other one buried itself in her shoulder.
Okay. Do I see where those came from?
Where you are, yeah, I would say you do. You can see that there is a figure crouched up on top of the bookshelves. longbow in hand.
Okay, then I am going to step right here, and I will shout, "Everyone, stay close to me. If you have something to say it now." Wait just a beat, and then I'm gonna cast Warding Wind.
That shit hurted.
So the radius of Warding Wind is 10 feet out from me in every direction. Deafens us, so we won't be able to talk to each other. But the main thing that I'm worried about is ranged weapon attacks have disadvantage if they pass through the Warding Wind. And it's difficult terrain for everyone except for me. Right.
Wording wind.
And
Oh.
that's it.
Wait,
Okay.
can I step inside that? Like, was I? Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's
I
not
don't see it.
harmful at all.
Oh, okay.
What's a
But
refresh?
it protects us from ranged attacks, but moving through it is difficult terrain, so you'll be slower moving through it.
Okay.
My shit is broken.
Your shit is broken.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
You can like refresh it maybe.
Yeah, I tried. It broke it even further. Now there's nothing.
Uh-oh.
Before it was splitting in and out, and now there's just nothing. Let me just try and actually close all the way out of it and reopen it. While you move on to whoever's next.
Leave and come back.
Yeah.
All right. We
all I
are
got.
to Jane's turn.
So, question. On top of the, you know where that dude is, this bitch here, he's on the shelves.
Mhm.
Is there room for me to stand up on those shelves, or is it like he's like crouched and like, you know, up the roof and everything?
No, you can get up there. You'll have to get up there. The stacks are about 10, 12 feet tall.
Don't you worry, I've already thought of that because I hit level 6 now, so getting anywhere is not a problem. It's dark in the room, isn't it?
But not at the top of the stacks, because that's where the center of the light is.
Is there any shadow?
His shadow, probably.
They would have a shadow.
Oh
So
dear.
you'd be able to go to the square just south of them.
Oh no. Well, that's a shame. So what happens is has he seen me?
It does not appear to.
Okay, so he hears like a low menacing laugh, like, and then I
Nocturne.
disappear. No, I'm doing Zed's ultimate. That's what I'm doing. So like I like ninja hand signals. I turn into like liquid shadows drip off me. I step backwards and disappear, and then I come out of his shadow and strike him with my longsword. And like I want to do the ninja. Like I'm going to draw it on him as well from behind, and I have advantage on this attack.
Okay.
So I'm going to like that. And that is a dirty 20 to hit.
That will hit.
And it's a stunning strike. So I'm going to go ahead and spend that key point real quick.
That is going to be a 19.
Yeah, that works. It's okay though. He's getting 2 more. So, and then we'll do the damage for this one now. So where's my D10? And also because it's my first, that my new sword puts a D8 on there. And this rolls a +1 to attack damage as well, doesn't it? Okay, so that is 9, but it's 4 and 4 plus 5. Yeah, okay, so that's
13.
Yep, 13. Some of that is 4 of that is necrotic damage. The rest of it is slashing. And then he will receive another strike. That's a dirty 20 again.
Still hits.
All right. That's a stunning strike.
That is going to be a. This is Constitution, right? Saving throw.
I believe.
Let me tell you. Yeah, con save.
Okay, that'll be a 15.
That meets the beat. That's unfortunate. He will then take 15 damage, slashing,
All right.
and he then receives a 17
17 will hit.
stunning strike.
He desperately wants to be stunned.
That's only going to be a 12.
He's stunned, and that will be. Oh, hello, Dan. That's 10 slashing damage.
Okay.
Oh no, that won't be 10 slashing damage because I will use my fists. So that would be 6 bludgeoning.
Okay.
And you know what? Let's burn the final point. Flurry with advantage because he's stunned. Dirty 20
Hits.
Use them for the rest of us.
for 7 bludgeoning.
Okay. So as you teleport up and unleash this barrage of attacks on the figure, they're looking hurt. You are able to see that it is a female, and B, a dark elf.
I thought I recognized it.
Bum.
Is that because all dark elves know each other?
Yeah.
Yes.
Anastasia, it is your turn.
Okay. I'll cast Toll of the Dead. Yeah.
As one does.
As one
does-
does.
does
It's
that
a
have
wisdom.
Does
It's a
that have
wisdom
verbal
save.
component?
Yeah.
Because you're
She's
currently
deafened,
deaf.
she's not silent. You don't have to be able to hear to speak.
Fair.
Yeah, deafened actually says. Okay, just fails automatically fails any checks that requires hearing. Okay. All right. Never mind.
What was it?
You can do it.
So you said it's a wisdom save.
Yes.
That will be a 24.
Fuck.
This person knows how to make saves.
Bitch, be wise.
Yeah, she makes it. Bitch, be wise.
Anything else?
Mm, Nope.
Okay. Next up, we
That's
have
my turn.
Tomalus.
All right. In a stroke of maybe pure genius, we'll find out.
Uh-oh.
Tomless is gonna look around and be like, and cast See Invisibility.
Okay.
Which is an action. And then I will walk, but this is difficult terrain, so it'd be 10, 20, 30.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Okay. You do not see anything that you did not see before.
Bummer. Well, a man can dream.
I need this streak to go on where Tolas casts See Invisibility and sees nothing new.
So
Don't
for the
drop
record,
1
The
hour.
man who casts See Invisibility is a fool every time except one.
so for the record, since we already established that his wisdom saving throws earlier were from a scry spell, the one time that you passed the save was the time you cast See Invisibility. If you had failed that save with See Invisibility up, you would have seen the little scry orb appear because you could see
Oh
it when
man.
be invisible.
Gosh darn it!
Suffering
How
from success.
genius! How genius would that have been?
Jesus.
Is he protected by my warding wind where he's standing?
Yeah. He's still in it.
Okay.
Good news.
I've got a feeling it's not him that's going to be targeted next turn anyway. Well, turn after next turn.
So, Dunk. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. Okay.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Oh dear. Oh dear.
They weren't invisible.
They were not.
It just appeared.
You couldn't see them, but they were not visible.
So I see what, 2?
2 more, it looks like.
Yeah.
2 more, yeah.
So the one closest to Amalus, is going to cast Darkness.
This is not good. We're fighting 3 Janes.
Yeah, but
Pretty much.
there's only one Jane in that room, and that's all that matters.
Better do well.
Better out Jane these false Janes.
These
Yeah.
guys are already
Yep.
getting hard out, Jane. Don't you worry. I literally did Zed's ultimate combined with Yasuo's ultimate.
Gonna
Like,
cast
like-
it right there. So Club of Darkness appears, covering the entire doorway.
Oh boy. And it's difficult. Fuck.
The one over on the other side of the room is going to pull out a crossbow and shoot at Jane.
He is welcome to do his best. He'll hit me, but it won't hurt, bitch.
Uh,
I don't cry much.
that's going to be a 22 to hit.
Yeah, obvious. I mean, I was expecting no less than like 26, to be honest. So yeah, go on.
And that is going to be 7 piercing damage.
What a pussy.
And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
You are not in
I'll
range
do
of
it
me
on
to get
here.
+3.
That's a 20.
Okay. You are fine.
Yeah, of course I am. I'm Jane. I'm Jane the Dragon Slayer.
Oh my goodness.
Anaya, it is your turn.
Become
You
the
literally
doctor.
watch this wall of blackness
Corrupted.
appear right in front of your nose.
So that means I can't even use like my face step, right? Because I have to be able to see the space that I'm teleporting to.
Correct.
Fucking Christ. This is gonna be the most boring turn ever.
I mean, you can walk your way through. Like, you still knew which way was forward.
Yeah, but there's difficult terrain, right? So
This is true.
Yeah, she'd only be able to get to the edge of the wind, which is in the darkness.
like here.
Well, the good news is you can use this turn to set up for next turn because one of them isn't acting next turn. Like, that turn's burnt for them.
Yeah, but literally all of my setup shit requires me to be able to see a target and hit them with something.
Oh yeah, no, all I mean is like you can get to the edge of it and then next turn you'll be free and clear. Because like one of them's not acting. Like her turn's gone, but
Okay.
so and I'm gonna lay into that bitch.
Well, oh, I guess Spirit Shroud doesn't last very long.
Spirit Shroud lasts for a minute.
Spirit Shroud's so
That's
good.
the whole fight.
Yeah, okay, then I guess since I have time, I can cast my Spirit Shroud now.
Okay.
What does that do?
You call forth spirits of the dead, which flit around you for the spell's duration. The spirits are intangible and until the spell ends, any attack you make deals 1d8 extra damage when you hit a creature within 10 feet of you.
For
Damage
case,
It's the thing that we're trying
3d8.
to imbue our headquarters with in the Akink campaign.
Incredible. Do you
Yep.
give this to teammates or no?
No, this is mine.
All right, that brings us to her turn, where her muscles have all still seized up, so she loses her turn.
Get wrecked.
Uh,
Suck it.
Gooch, it is your turn.
Okay. I. I think what I'm going to do is, let's see, how far can I move? Do these people that just appeared, do they have like bows? Did I see them, like what weapons they had before they cast darkness?
That one you did not see if he had a bow or not. The other one had a hand crossbow out.
This one did, or this one did?
Yeah, the one you just pinged, the one at the bottom left.
Bottom left had the hand crossbow.
Yep.
Okay, then I am going to, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm going to move to like right here, which does a little bit put Jane in the Wording Wind, but I don't think Jane needs to be able to hear right now. If he does, I won't move there.
No, I don't need to hear. I'm just punching now for the rest of the game.
So just to double check, where I am right now, will my Warding Wind block projectiles coming from this guy or this girl?
So it's a radius from you, so it's like a sphere.
Yes. So anything that passes through it has disadvantage.
Then
Will I be protecting my allies over here?
You will not be protecting Jane. You'll be protecting your allies from that person, but you will not be protecting Jane, because Jane would technically, because he's up, so the
Yeah,
rig
he'd
is
be
like,
like out of the
is
radius.
like touching his ankles.
I basically want to make sure that I'm not like
But yes,
abandoning my friends to
currently-
be defenseless.
So where you are currently, the guy on the ground would not be able to shoot anywhere except through the wind. The other person on top of the bookcase would be able to shoot over it because they are 10, 12 feet off the ground. So they would
What
have a
about
clear line
now?
of sight. I would say that would protect because your thing goes 10 feet above you, so that would cover like 15 feet. So they'd have to like arc it into the ceiling to try and get around your wind at that point.
What a shot.
Cool, cool, cool. Well then I am going to cast probably, yeah, I can't see that guy around the darkness for sure. So I'm gonna cast Frostbite on this person in the bottom left corner. So they need to make a con save.
That is going to be a 3.
That's not gonna do it. So they will take 5 cold damage, and they have disadvantage on their next weapon attack.
All right.
And that's my turn.
All right. At the end of your turn, the darkness drops.
Oh boy.
Interesting.
What the
Also, I do like to imagine that Scooch is just like blowing books and papers everywhere with his wind.
Tyranid
hey.
Gene Stealer appears.
No, wait, there's more.
So the darkness dropped,
Wait,
and
there's
you
more.
guys see a single figure basically like leap the length of that sofa and come barreling towards Tomalus.
These people weren't invisible.
We're not invisible.
Stupid seeing
Where's it coming
invisibility does
from?
nothing.
They're just real
Are
sneaky.
they like dropping from the ceiling? Okay.
Nope. Room was mostly dark. Your perception rolls that you had going in there, not so good. So, first attack is going to be a 16 to hit.
Does not hit me.
Second one, oh, is an 8. Oof.
That does hit, actually. It's my weak number. So,
Wow, that was absolute garbage roll.
would like to see it?
Yeah, correct. That's what we like. Fucking cheating, sneaky pricks. Who does that?
He is then going to use his bonus action to disengage.
You're not getting away from me that easy. Stupid rogue and your bonus disengages.
Jane, it is your turn.
She's still stunned, ladies and gentlemen. So
She is.
she definitely is. Whew. That is a. Oh, maths was never my strong point. 17.
That will hit.
Okay, great. And that does plus the d8 because on my it's for every turn. This is my new turn, isn't it?
Yes,
It's
the
in turn.
first
Okay.
attack per turn.
Okay, so that is 9 plus 7.
16.
So 9 slashing, 7 necrotic.
Okay.
And then she gets one more, friends. Terrible rolls. Absolutely disgusting. That will not hit. Is a 12.
Well, will not hit.
And then she receives my
Crit?
my key fuel attack, which will be a 28. So she's getting crit, folks.
That will hit.
That's what we like to see.
Oh God, really? And that's 9.
Okay.
Bludgeoning.
Your hit comes around, clocks her. She slumps, hits the stacks, and falls to the ground.
Yeah. Can I do a ninja kill with that? I want to when I hit her with the sword, it like spun around from me, and I grabbed her neck and then poof, snapped it, and she just fell. Bow,
Okay.
because I'm a badass.
And I guess based on the angle, she kind of falls, hits the wind, and gets kind of thrown into the
Yeah,
other stack.
She gets thrown off. And the guy with the crossbow, to the left, as the body's falling, I just look at him and go,
All right, Neo, calm down.
Go into him and then blow him up. It's the coolest Neo
Yeah.
move.
Anything else, Jane?
well, that was my action bonus action, so I guess I could use my move. Am I able to move up to that guy and get in his face?
Yeah.
Okay. So I've taunted it. In fact, I'll snap a neck, then I'll jump off the bookcase and land right in front of him and just get right in his face and be like, "You're dead. You just don't know it, fool."
Okay.
Shindiru.
Yeah.
Anything
God.
else?
No. I have no nothing further, Your Honor.
Anastasia, it is your turn. You are no longer in a wind or in darkness.
So I can see and hear.
You can.
Amazing.
Destroy them all.
What? Murder. Boop. And I I shall now proceed to hit him with my mace. Or her, or whoever this is.
That one is a hit.
Him.
You have a lot more pluses because that 9 will not hit.
No, not that. That's it.
Okay. Anything else?
No.
All right. Tomalus, you're up.
Let's go. I'm gonna go 5, 10. And great weapon master strike at this rogue that tried to attack me. Like a hoe. Oh no, that's a 5 to hit.
That will miss.
I'm gonna go ahead and not great weapon master the next one to try and get a hit on this guy. The same roll. It's a 10 now, but it's, you know,
Still not a hit.
my muscles are a little sore from training. Oh god. Get out the rust. Dear God. Wait, I have a luck stone. I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use my luck to try and. There we go. 21 to hit.
That will hit.
There we go.
Smite his bitch ass.
You know I'm gonna smite his bitch ass. I have to. It's only one thing to do when you're a paladin. So that's 1d8 plus 2d6. That's a d10. This is a d8. R. Oh, it's a 2 extra d8. Never mind. Oh, and it's a d10. That's what I'm doing wrong. It's a d10 and 2d8. Lowered all the dice for no reason. All right, so it's 3 plus 6 plus 3 is 12 damage total.
All right. Anything else?
That's my turn. No.
Okay. The guy right in front of Anastasia
Mm-hmm.
is going to cast Fairy Fire.
Mm-hmm.
So Tomalus, Anaya, and Anastasia, you all see as little sparkly lights cover your body, outlining your forms.
Is there not a save for that, or does it just happen?
It's a dexterity save, isn't it? With a DC.
It is.
Yeah, I have line of sight on him. I want to cast Counterspell and just keep him from casting that.
So can you hear him?
I don't think that I need to be able to hear him. It just says when you see a creature within 60 feet of you casting a spell.
It is only a verbal component or Fairy Fire.
I'm just telling you what the spell says.
Okay, well, I rolled dexterity saving throw.
And I'll leave it up
So
to
did
the
I.
DM. I'll do what we need to do.
Because I would say, since you cannot hear, if there was a hand motion, I would say you could still figure out there was a spell and could then counterspell it. But as you are deafened and is only a verbal component, you wouldn't know that a spell was actually being cast until it was completed.
That does make logical sense. Like, I would say that is.
However,
Okay.
Naya did
you get a
pass the
+3.
saving throw.
Oh,
On top of
so I
whatever.
got a 7. Yeah, I got a 17 then.
So you pass yours,
Plus 5. 15 for me.
and you pass yours. So no one's actually Fairy Fire.
Ah,
And we say
Correct.
which is nice.
Oh, big yummy.
Counterspell by not hitting us. You did.
Yeah, those deadly DC 11s.
That's the cool thing about being a drow. You get drow magic. The shit thing about being a drow that's not a mage is your DC is fucking ass. So
Uh, the other one is gonna just try to smack Jane with a sword.
do it.
Makes sense.
He's gonna have to do real well, or he
He
is
did
going
not.
to. Yeah,
He
See,
got a
that's it.
6.
yeah. See, that's not gonna help you very much. He's gonna.
Apparently you scared the shit out of him by threatening his life, and he
Well-
just like, oh god.
Well, see, and in fact, I'm going to go further with that. So he swings at me, and I dodge it, and then step back in and go, you're going to have to try a little harder than that, friend.
Anaya, it is your turn.
I need this hand, please. Thank you.
Oh, look at him. He's adorable.
Anaya just no, okay.
Spencer turned petting Arl.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Alright, Bubba, sorry. Okay, I'm gonna be within 10 feet. Ow. Okay, so I'm gonna 5, 10. Move here, still behind Tomalus, but within Spirit Shroud range, right? So 10 feet.
Yep.
And I am going to cast Eldritch Blast.
Okay. You guys are both the same target. You splitting your targets.
No, both at the one that's attacking my brother. Always.
Okay.
Get wrecked.
He's about to eat some
Okay,
shit.
so that's a 21 to hit.
That will hit.
I don't know why. My brain didn't process the one attacking my brother. I thought you said, I'm attacking my brother. And I'm like, oh, something happened here.
Yeah. Yep. Meg's the
Okay,
villain.
so
Lol.
a 9, and a 6.
Big head.
Additions to that?
So what was the set?
Huh?
So what were all those rolls? So you did.
2 Eldritch Blast hits.
What was your second hit roll?
On that.
Oh, second hit roll. Good question. A 23.
Okay, they both hit. So each one did 9 base.
Yeah.
So
And
your
then-
Spirit Shroud is actually going to do 3d8 because as a warlock you have no choice but to cast at your highest spell level, and so at 5th level it is 3d8 additional damage, not 1d8. So you get
It's like
2 more d8 damage.
Fucking truck. Let's go.
So it's a 6, a 2, and a 2. So 10. So what, 28 damage total?
And I just want to double check: is it only once per turn? No, it's any attack you make. So your second one will also do 3d8 damage.
You
On
are
top of that.
about. You turn into a nuke.
And your hexes do d6 for each attack that you do on them.
Yeah, but she didn't hex.
I didn't
She-
hex.
Oh, I
Right.
thought
I
you
just
hexed, okay.
Spirit Shrouded this time. Yeah, because I
Okay.
wanted to get the Eldritch Blast out, and I figured Spirit Shroud would be hefty enough.
Turns out.
So 3, 7, and 8.
Okay, so
So plus another
28 plus
18.
12.
Wait,
Or,
Plus
plus
20.
18.
oh, 3, 7, 8. Oh, sorry, 3, 7, 8.
So
So
28 plus 18.
so that's 46.
Wow.
Yeah.
Otherwise known as Fireball and a half. That guy got fucking wrecked.
So just boom, boom. These blasts slam into him. Blood fires off. He's literally like knocked back from physical force, but manages to keep his feet. He's looking pretty rough after that barrage.
I gotta
That
finish
guy-
it.
that guy's like, Jesus, I walked into the wrong time period. This bitch brought an AK.
That brings us back to she's dead, so we're back to Scooch.
Okay.
Back to she's dead.
Neither of those, neither of these people had ranged weapons, right?
That you saw, yes.
Okay, and then Jane's got that covered. Um, so I'm gonna drop my warding wind. And which one was the one that Anaya just wrecked?
One in front of me.
This gentleman,
Okay, then I'm gonna cast Hold Person on the other one. That's a Wisdom save.
Okay. Feeling this is going to go poorly for him. That is a 14.
That will not do it. My save is a 15.
So he casts the fairy fire and is like, damn it. Begins to ready his weapon and just freezes. It's like,
Nope. And he can make another Wisdom save at the end of his turn.
I don't think he's going to last that long.
Yeah,
Yeah, what happens
probably not.
when you're
But he is
held?
paralyzed.
When you're paralyzed, is that auto crits or auto hits? Or just
I believe it's an auto crit and advantage. I guess that's there are definite rules for that to look up. You're incapacitated, can't move or speak. Attack rolls have advantage. Any attacks that hits you is a critical hit.
Yeah, so you get advantage to hit, but if you hit, it's a crit. Yeah.
It's about to be absolutely destroyed.
Anything else?
imagine Anaya critting right now. It's
you
gonna be insane.
Locked that poor drow down. Anything else?
Now that I've locked him down, I think I will move over here just to help Jane if he happens to need it.
Okay.
That drow that just got paralyzed, his anus has been prepared. So it.
Does Anaya have lube? Because she's about to.
Um,
2d10 plus 3d 68 damage each Eldritch Blast.
We have to see it. Can we get above the 100 mark with this one?
All right. So this drow fellow is going to attack Thomas again and see if he can roll better than last time.
Don't do it. It's not worth it.
We're
All
indulged.
right. That's going to be a 24 to hit.
That hits.
Thomas is going to take 19 piercing damage.
Stop, it hurts. I'm sorry.
And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Don't get below a 13.
Okay, so that's
Do you
13.
you get to add your
That's exactly a 13.
Your total's a 13.
Yep.
So you are going to take 21 poison damage.
Oh.
fuck.
Second attack
No.
is an 8.
Good. Thank God.
Thomas's penis actually shriveled inside himself when you said second attack.
You Falcon.
Jane,
You shall die.
Jane, it is your turn.
All
I
right.
have a feeling I know what's about to happen.
You see, variety is the spice of life, and I like my food unseasoned, motherfucker. So that's a 15 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, and that will be D10 plus D8. That's 17. 7 of that is necrotic.
You just slash down and just slice the man clean open. Blood spills out. He lets out a muffled scream as he hits the ground.
At which point, because the other drow is a decent distance away from me, I'm going to grab my sword, like clean the blood off it, sheath it, and then look across the room. So I'm going to. How much movement do I have?
Like 45
You could
feet because
hit-
you're a
yeah.
monk.
If you go 5, 10, 15, 20,
Well, I'm going to
25,
jump up
30,
here.
35, 40, You could be right
Yeah.
here next to me.
I'm going to jump up there.
So you'll be a little bit back because you do have to go up first, so you won't get quite the full distance.
I am going to say an abyssal speed and make it.
Okay. In that
or-
case, you could probably get down here because that's 10 extra feet, so you could get to the floor on the other side.
Okay. Well, I want to be up here because I want to jump on him. I'm flying kicking him next turn. I'm just letting you all know. So if he survives,
I don't think he will. I
He won't.
really don't think he will.
he won't. It's highly unlikely. But either way, I'm on top of there. That's where I'm at.
Okay.
I think turn, isn't it?
Anastasia, it is
bonus
your
action.
turn.
I have to burn
Um,
3 points for bonus action dash, don't I? Yes, I do. I can't do
Yeah.
it. Okay, cool. Yeah, no worries.
uh,
So the man in front of you is frozen.
yeah, but Thomas is also like fucking dying. Is this guy still alive, or is that guy dead?
That's the paralyzed guy.
He's the paralyzed
this
one.
guy's
I
paralyzed.
probably
This
wanna
guy's
kill him.
Okay, so he's paralyzed.
Meta
Okay, I'm gonna aim up for this guy.
What we could do is have
Um,
Anaya do her stuff on him because she will do like 5,000 damage and he will evaporate, and then we can kill this.
it's over 9,000.
Yeah.
It is also a valid strategy to just
I'm-
say he's held in place and frozen, so I'm not going to worry about him and worry about the other guy who is a threat.
Yeah.
Like, don't feel like you have to like maximize my spell
Yeah.
or whatever if you don't think it's the best thing to do.
I'm also worried about this right here.
I would get a heal on him because he's.
Yeah, because that
This
one's.
right here just gestures to all of Tomless.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move up next to
Blood
Tomless
spilling out of his
and
mouth.
be like, "You've looked better," and
You're not wrong.
pat him on the back and cast a 3rd level Cure Wounds because he needs that much.
Please.
19 hit points back.
That is quite a bit. He did 40 damage to me that last turn, so 19 will help.
That's rough. Very rough.
I have 46 total, so
At least there was no crit.
yeah, I would have been dead. I would have on full to none. The dead
You
Dumbledore.
might have just outright died.
Yeah.
That would be a tragedy.
It'd be a way to go for sure.
Anything else from Anastasia?
Let me see if I have any bonus. No, I have no bonus action cantrips. And that was the 3rd level spell.
Thought you said, let me
Um,
see if I have any bones. And I was like, excuse me, what?
All right.
I-
As Anastasia crumbles to the floor like the noodle that she's
I
now
have no
become.
bones.
Oh no, my bones.
What you gonna do, Thomas?
You foul beast, I shall destroy you. And I'll swing at him with Great Weapon Master, because, it's not me if it's not an int. There we are, a 19. I wish my crit range was 19 to 20.
19 will hit.
Oh, well, no, it's 19, it's 20, actually, because I only get a +1 because -5. So that would be, I'm going to smite this guy again, because screw him. Do, 1d10. That's 2d.
How is this guy still alive?
A
don't
lot more damage
know.
this time. So that's
How is Tomless still alive?
How are any of us
31
still alive,
damage to
really?
this guy.
31 damage? Okay. You wind up and bring the blade down. He tries to deflect, but you force it past his guard, bury the blade into him, and the holy energy launches out, vaporizing part of his body as the arms fall slack and it just hits the ground.
And as much as I'd love to see Anaya destroy this guy in one turn, I'm going to walk this way now and hit this guy twice.
Smite him.
Has that guy not taken any damage?
No, he is
He
not.
has taken.
He's
Oh,
currently
yeah,
dead.
no,
I
he's
thought he'd
not.
taken some.
Nope, the other one did.
Yeah, he's absolutely dead.
Gotcha.
Another 20 to hit with this guy,
That hits.
which is an auto crit, which I'm just going to throw a smite into, because why
Dude,
not?
fuck Anaya. Don't let
'Cause
her
the-
kill somebody.
You don't get to kill anybody while I'm here. It's my job.
Initiative crash.
2d10.
You can rest in peace that you did the most damage I think any of us have put out during this thing. That guy got his ass widened.
I think Tomulus, didn't he do like 60 in one turn?
I did.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Mm-hmm. I have to catch up.
Yeah. You
Now is the time.
35 damage.
drove a
Okay.
shoe
So Thomas comes in with a baseball bat style swing, charging it with divine energy into this frozen figure whose eyes are just wide with horror as he cannot move or do anything about it. The blade hits him and his divine energy radiates out. It basically does like the nuclear thing where the body is gone and there's just a shadow imprint on the bookcase.
That's fun.
Training seemed to have worked quite well.
I'm going to walk up to Thomas when the body is just left there. I'm going to pat him on the back and go, you know, that's the kind of artwork I can appreciate.
And with that, we're going to go ahead and take our break here, and then we're going to come back to what will happen next.
Enjoy the art.
Yes. All right, and we're back.
Oh, ladies
So-
and gentlemen, quickly, Andrew, sorry to interrupt you. Housekeeping. We have big hype in the chat. Damn it, Gatis, subscribe for 1 month at tier 1.
Nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Damn
awesome.
it, Gatis, you get E flat, no, E half diminished. That is your
Ooh.
code for today. And also, he donated 1 bit. Let's go.
Thank
So,
you.
good job.
Yeah, I don't know if they're actually still watching or not.
Doesn't matter. I'm gonna say, share our appreciation for that anyway. Every you can now sub because we're affiliates. So if you have a Prime sub lying around, and you think, you know what, I would like to give Jeff Bezos' money to a small independent stream, you can literally steal from the richest man in the world. It is theft. That's what it is. You are cool. Stealing is cool. Smoke a cigarette while you do it. Maybe drink some alcohol.
Wait, don't smoke a cigarette.
Alright,
That's really bad for you.
On that note, we're just going to get back to the game. So thank you, Sam. I appreciate what you do. We're gonna roll back into the game on that note. So,
Slug of whiskey. Steal Jeff Bezos' money. Stonks.
Oh my god.
you guys have dealt with these unusual assailants within the library. What do you wish to do now?
Who
Loot
are the
them bodies.
bodies? No, well, they can loot the bodies. I'm more talking about the other bodies that were already there.
Yeah, do we recognize any of the dead people?
I would say you and Jane recognize one of them was the clerk who was at the front.
Mrs. Potts.
His spots, no.
The others appear to just be citizens of the town. It looks like very much wrong place, wrong time.
I think
Can I see like how long these people have been dead? Is that something I can
Make a
determine?
medicine check.
It's a solid +0 and a natural 1. So no.
You can definitely tell that they are dead.
But you're not quite sure. You're like waiting for one to come back to life, maybe.
Glad we just moved.
Scooch is doing CPR on one of the corpses. It's missing its legs. Can
I'm
I?
going to, since I can't tell how long they've been dead, I do want to find Mrs. Potts. I can only do this once, otherwise I would try to do it for everybody. But I want to cast Gentle Repose on her.
Okay. I need to go to. So here, I believe this like stops the body decaying.
Yeah, so it basically like stops the clock for like, because Revivify is like you can only be revived within 1 minute, and this basically stops the clock for 10 days. And you know, for I don't know how long they've been dead, but if they've been dead for less than a minute, we can revivify Mrs. Potts, or possibly like raise them in some other way if they've been dead longer than that.
Right. You cast the spell, you can see the magic set in.
Do I recognize? You know the lady I was punching with the bow. Do I recognize her, or is she just a female drow?
Just female drow.
Okay, I thought it might have been that mistake from earlier that I corrected. I would like to, the nearest body to me, like drow corpse, I would like to look for insignia.
Drow Corpse is my next metal band.
You find no insignia. They are not wearing any coat of arms. They do not have any insignia upon them.
Interesting. Well, I mean, I'm not going to know who they're from then. Does she have anything on her at all?
She has some arrows, a short sword, a longbow, and that's about it.
interesting. No,
What do? Oh, go ahead.
the rogue man, you know, the guy that was fucking these guys up. I'm sure that someone will want to do this, but does he have like orders on him or something?
We're just gonna search his body.
Yeah. I don't care what he's got on him. Anyone else can have that, unless he's got something like super specifically. I'm interested in like orders or.
So he's got 2 short swords, a hand crossbow, a couple vials of poison,
Well, I might take those.
and a book.
I will take that.
It's the book.
What's the poison? Are they just called vials of poison?
For now, we'll just call them vials of poison. They are going to be special.
I'm gonna let you add them because
Yeah.
you know what you're doing, so that's fine. And the book, what does the book say on it?
So the book doesn't seem to have a definitive title. It more seems to be like a collection. It's one of those like Encyclopedia Britannica like Volume 4 type deals.
Okay.
But it appears to be on purification rituals.
Fascinating. What language is it written in?
Common.
Okay. I'm just gonna keep it for now. I'm gonna read it later when I've got time. Probably not the best moment to flick through now.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's it. I'm happy. Anyone else want to do anything? Go for it.
Do you think we should maybe get the guard or someone to show them? There's people that are dead here.
Yes, quick thinking. We should do so. Do you want me to go with you?
Sure.
Okay, let's do that.
Wait, actually, just stay here, just in case something else happens. While I quickly run. I know some of the guys now, so.
Very good. Yes, astute thinking.
I've got the hookup.
I know a guy.
So not to make this situation awkward, but we were kind of sent here by that one guy, and he's dead. Ooh, touchy subject.
That has not slipped my notice.
I don't want to throw accusations too quickly. It is common to request books from the library, to send books back from the library, even in great quantity. It may just be poor timing on his part.
Of
Doesn't like
course.
see into the future though.
Divination
Sorry,
magic
that's not in
does
character,
give
I'm not
some-
No, if you want the meta thing, he's not a diviner.
What is he?
He's an illusionist. I asked because you'd all assumed he was a
He
diviner.
is not an illusionist.
Oh, he was a. You told me he was a something or other. He was a charmer or something. You told me he was an enchanter or something. He was one of the other ones that's not.
All of those incorrect. I did
Wait,
tell
what
you,
is he?
but it is not. He's a conjurer.
That's it, conjurer. I remember.
Conjurer.
All of those incorrect. Anyway, so I'll run into the road and just like look for the nearest like guard, soldier, someone I can get the attention
It's
of.
easy enough for you to flag down a guard. Because I guess what is it? What can I help you with?
We were tasked with going to the library and fetching some books. While in there happened to be some drow that murdered. So you might want to come check this out.
The man seems pretty incredulous, but goes, "Show me."
And I'll show him.
Okay. Where are you, Jade?
Right now, I'm in the room, making sure no
Okay.
one else comes to attack us.
But
Okay,
you're masked up though, right? Because we're
No,
in the town.
I'm in a town I've just been knighted in. Like
True
I've been,
fair.
I've been walking around barefaced. I don't need to hide it.
So the man comes in, and as soon as he enters the room, looks around, sees the bodies everywhere, and just goes, "Oh my god!"
Yes, we've dispatched of the enemy. Enemies? The enemy.
The enema. It's enema.
Enema.
There we go. Well done.
So he quickly runs back out to go get more people. In the meantime,
There are
Um,
other places in the library that we haven't looked. Is it possible that there are other enemies around?
Well, it's always possible. Should we go to check more rooms?
That's not a bad idea.
Hmm.
And I'm going to mask up for this because if someone's doing a sweep and they see a drow, they're going to try and kill me, and that's going to take some explaining to the king. Let me check something. Fuck. I need to do a short rest before I'm any good again. So I'm kind of hesitant to go anywhere.
You can still hit things. You just can't hit them lots of times or stun
Yeah,
them.
well, I just want to sneak real good so I can ambush stuff if I find it.
where are you headed?
We seem to have 3 doors.
Let's do bottom door first.
Okay. Opening that, it leads down a short hall into another chamber of books. Again, you see most of the books have been pulled off of the shelves, rifled through. Some have been knocked down. There are a few more bodies.
Any
Yeah,
No
enemies?
enemies.
No enemies.
Does that room look like this room and we have infinite doors to walk through, or what are we looking at here?
No. This you would have one door.
I'm assuming it's on this side of that room.
As your experienced library goers will be able to inform you, since you are traveling with them and they spent the better part of their week coming here on the regular, it's essentially 9 chambers forming a big lattice.
Okay.
Gotcha.
We will start. I would say we start at the bottom of the lattice, go straight, and make our way up.
Yeah, just kind of zigzag through.
Yeah.
Okay. As you progress from room to room, you see basically the same scene again. Place has been rifled through, a body here or there.
Can I have a look at the like the books that they were rifling through, and if there was any particular interest they had, or they were just literally just going like, "Fuck it," something like.
It looks like it literally was a case of someone just like grabbing a book and be like, no.
Oh, and then they just found what they wanted and had it on them. Okay. Yeah, nothing more for me to do. Okay, shall we do the other room then just to check?
Well, I think we're walking through rooms.
Yeah.
Do we see anything in
right.
any of the rooms?
Yeah, it's basically as you're progressing each room, you're seeing the same scene over and over again in each room of books torn through.
Can I go out?
Sometimes no bodies, sometimes a couple, depending on.
Can I go out into the main, the main hall where Mrs. Potts would normally be sat? I'm
Which
assuming.
is now her name apparently.
Yep. Well, hey, we players like to make stuff for the lore. I'm assuming in her position there won't be a computer because but I'm sure there'll be a list of like the books that we're in, like a scroll or something.
I mean, there's a list of books that have been checked out and checked back in.
Can I look for any books on that list that are related to the similar topic of what my book is about, purification, and who took it?
Okay. You don't see anything similar in the list.
So this is unique. Is there like an inventory of anything that's in here and other similar books on purification in here that I might wish to now check out the library?
Not really. The Dewey Decimal System hasn't quite been invented yet.
Does anyone know Speak with Dead? Warlock, looking at you.
Cleric.
I'm not a warlock, so no.
Oh yeah. Cleric, looking at you. Do you know Speak with Dead?
Clerics do no speak with dead, by the way. That's like a spell that they can.
Well, I know, but
They
but-
can.
But is it prepared?
Not today.
What I mean. Yeah. I was going to ask her then because she would know. Okay, never mind.
So about this time, as you guys are making your route through, you hear heavy footfalls as people come rushing in to the various rooms. Armed city guard. They immediately see you and kind of ready themselves, be like, "You, what are you doing in here?"
Oh, you'll see the work I did. There'll be some dead drow in there. I made those. The room that you're looking for is through there.
Okay, make a persuasion check because they've come from that room.
Oh, so I'm in here. Okay, in which case I won't even say that. I'll just say I need to know why these guys were here.
No, it's true. You were at the very front. So yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so never mind. So yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because I'm at the
So
front.
make a persuasion check. Fine.
Okay, right. So it's not great, basically.
Uh-oh.
God, it's terrible. It's a 5.
Uh-oh.
Okay. They kind of eye you a bit suspiciously and go, "Hmm. I see."
I mean, they're through there, and I'm not going to stop you if you'd like to see.
Oh, yeah, so some of them do still go past you. As this is happening, Ludovic also comes rushing into the library. So who else is in the front? Is it just Jade in the front? Or are you all still within the main library, or are some of you with him in the main foyer?
I think I would have stayed in the main part of the library where all the bodies are.
Okay.
Yeah, if we searched everywhere and found that there wasn't really any enemies, then that's where I would be too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is just a Jane does his own thing that happens again. I've got carried away with my investigation.
Okay. When Ludovic runs in and sees you, Jade, he goes, "Ah, you all right? Are your companions also all right? I just heard what happened."
They are.
No, we're fucking dead.
They're absolutely fine. They're just through there. Seems we had some unidentified assailants with no visible allegiance to anyone or anything. So if you want to go ahead and have a look, be my guest.
He makes his way into the chamber, and when he enters and sees the rest of you,
Actually, can I ask him if he knows Speak with Dead?
he does not.
God damn. Such a good spell, but no one takes it because it's situational.
When he walks in the main chamber that you're all in, he sees you scooch and makes his way and goes, "Aegis, I am very sorry that you found yourself in this circumstance. I had no idea. Are you all right?"
Oh yes, perfectly fine, unharmed. If only I could say the same thing for my friends, who are more martial in their demeanor. But you know, I suppose better the 5 of us than just you having come by yourself. Um, we came out just fine in the end.
Such a ray of sunshine.
Also, I want to put 21 points of lay on hands into me to just finish healing me up. So.
Okay.
Oh, as I'm speaking to Ludovic, I do kind of want to, like, as discreetly as I can, pull out the list of books that he wanted and just, like, cross-reference them with the book that Jane picked up.
Make a persuasion check. We'll see how good you can side-eye the list.
Said investigation.
Yeah. Where's that echo coming from?
Uh,
Is that me or is that someone else?
What?
I sometimes hear somewhat like voices repeated. Sometimes mine, sometimes other people's. I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, there is a very faint one. I'm trying to track
Me.
it. I'll let you know.
Do you want me to scream really loud and we can see whose other thing lights up?
Yes.
What you have to what you have every time is your business. That's all.
Hey, listen.
Dirty 20 for investigation.
You
Ooh.
managed to get a good look at the names. None of them seem to match that book.
Okay. Well, I hand him the list and say, since you're here already, I guess you'll need this rather than me. Sorry I couldn't give you the books that you needed.
He says, "No, I'm sorry I put you in this situation, but I guess you are quite capable, so I thank you for preventing whatever might have come from this. Question is, what might have come from this?" And he kind of wanders off, looking around, deep in thought.
Indeed. I did almost come here alone, and I'm not sure what would have happened.
Does he come back into the main hall?
He's kind of walking around the stacks at this point, kind of.
Okay. If he comes near me at any point, I'll just quickly ask him a question. If I get a moment.
Okay. So the rest of you just kind of hanging out, like you're just waiting for the police investigation to wrap up. You guys are the lurkers who have to get forced out by caution tape. Is that what we're at now?
Mhm.
Okay. Because the guards will ask exactly what happened. I don't know who wants to be the spokesman to tell them.
We got fucking wrecked.
There it is. That's our spokesman.
There you have it, folks.
I think Scooch would be a good witness to have. He was there at the beginning and was present for all of it.
I mean, weren't all of us?
Yeah, but he was there at the very beginning of it, so he can detail it from beginning to end. He's also quite eloquent.
I'm something.
Yeah.
Well, you see, I had been tasked by Sir Ludovic to return a stack of books. You'll find those out in the main hall. I do hope that they get properly logged and returned. And well, we arrived, and being a regular patron of this archive, I sensed that something was wrong whenever there was no one in the front room. There's always someone in the front room. At least Mrs. Potts. The gods rest her soul. Well, so we decided to call out and say hello. Is anyone there? We didn't hear anything, and so readying our various magics and weapons, we proceeded deeper into the library when suddenly we were attacked. Arrows started to fly. Everything went dark. People disappeared into the shadows and reappeared elsewhere and started throwing punches and stuns. And one person was disintegrated into the wall, and chaos ensued. And come to find out, these people, they were drow. Some sort of Marmo agents, perhaps, but no iconography, no logos. Well, I suppose that's the whole deal. It took quite a bit of time, but it really happened in a flash. And then here we were, investigating several members of the library that have been killed. It seems even Mrs. Potts did not come out alive. So I did cast some magics on her that would make it slightly easier to bring her back if someone is willing to make that happen. And then, of course, we looked through some of the books, but didn't find really much of anything. One of the members had a book on them, but that could have been happenstance more than anything. It seems they searched every single room in the library.
Okay.
The end.
As you say that last part, Ludovic turns his attention back and goes, "They had a book. What book?"
Oh, something unimportant about
Narc.
rituals and purifying and such.
Where is it now?
Oh, I don't know actually. I only saw it when we were investigating the bodies, and after that, I didn't think it was important, so I didn't pay attention.
The honesty. I love it.
Make it. Actually, do you know who has it, Scrooge?
I
Is this
do.
a lie?
That is a
Make a
lie.
deception check.
Do they know? Because I didn't announce it. I just looked at it and put it in my thing. I wouldn't have told them.
Yeah, but it also it's this is not like a pocket Bible.
Oh, right, okay. Okay, fine.
It was also something that I wanted to know for myself, so I would have made a point to see it.
That's a conversation.
That's a dirty 20.
I am absolutely sharing this information with everyone. I just wanted to get it out of there because I figured it might be a point of contention. Ludovic's also a suspect, so
He goes, I see. So you don't know where it went. Well, we should definitely find that book so that maybe we can learn more from it. And he announces to the guards that there's a book that appears to be missing, and to see if they can locate it.
I'm still in the main hall. Is anyone in the main hall?
Not right now. There's a couple guards.
So I'm gonna walk out. I'm gonna say, do you know what, guys? I think I'm gonna head. You guys have this, and I'm gonna walk out onto the street, and then I'm gonna go up onto the roofs and go back to my room.
It is the middle of the day. You're
That's
going
fine.
to climb on the roofs.
I've been sneakier than that before in the daytime. Okay, I'll just walk home. Fuck it, I don't need to be a ninja. Fine, I'll do one thing not ninja. I'm gonna ninja walk home. Ninja walking.
So you're Naruto.
Oh.
Are you Naruto running home?
I'm gonna
They
Yeah.
walk home.
they search around, not finding the book because Jane has left. They kind of usher you out of the library so they can seal it up and make efforts to straighten everything. Ludovic departs.
Man. Gooch, if I'd known the library was that fun, I would have gone with you more often.
Yes, well, it isn't usually that exciting. Most of the excitement happens on the pages of the books.
God, I love that.
Oh,
Mm.
that's a lot more boring. Never mind. Never ask me to go to the library with you.
Well, perhaps there is some correlation that if you come to the library, there will be more excitement.
I don't think that's a thing. I think I'd probably just sit there bored while you nerded out and tried to explain things to me I really I don't understand. And then you get into this funk where when you start explaining things, you can't stop, Scooch.
Well, you know what they say, you never know until you try. But perhaps you're right. Perhaps that is more of a quiet endeavor, a quiet man's game. Though I will say, my heart rate certainly gets up when I start reading about arcane traditions and mysteries.
Nerd.
But I digress.
So, where are you all headed? What are you going to do with the time you have now?
I'm gonna wait for Scooch outside this room.
Yeah, I'd like to take a look at that book again.
I guess I need to go home and rest up. I feel pretty decimated at this moment.
Yeah, I want my freaking spell slots back. So rest time.
Okay, so you all make your way back to the palace, where you find Jane already waiting for you.
And I will have my backpack on. But I probably won't be wearing my mask. And I'll just be stood outside your room. And I will say, so I'm going to quickly check over my, just a quick cursory glance to see if anyone is listening in or has followed me. Do I see anyone or anything in the corridor?
Make perception check.
It's not bad. That's a dirty 20.
You don't see anyone untoward. You've only seen the occasional servant in the halls. No one.
Has it been an hour since we fought?
Yeah.
Okay. Lame.
Oh.
I'll see something with the invisibility at some point. It'll happen.
I knew that's what it was as soon as you said lame. I was like, what the hell? Oh, okay.
I'm going to say it would be better if we discussed this in private. I have a feeling.
Yes, come into my room.
Come
Don't
into
want
my
too
office.
many. Come in. Step into my office.
Of course.
You know, I live in here too.
Yes, well,
Well-
you are one of the very few people that we aren't trying to hide this from, so
How do I know that?
we're not trying to hide it from you.
Because we're just going to let you in there. So there's your evidence. I mean,
Are Anaya and Talos part of this as well, or is it just the three of you?
I didn't wait for them. I'm going to read it, then I'm going to call everyone together and discuss it. They are doing their thing, recovering right now. So
I'm probably gonna take a
Maybe
nap.
nothing.
Talos just goes back to his room, face plants, armor on, and everything.
I did just train for a lot of hours into almost dying in a fight. Thomas is ready for a nap.
So I'm
Thomas
going.
deserves a nap.
So coming into our room, he'll like lead you over to a desk that is just like covered in books and scrolls and pins, and you see stuff in there about like dispelling curses. You see stuff in there about like magically relocating items. You see stuff in there about like just any possible like magic thing you can find, and he just goes like knocks it all to the side. You can put it here. I've cleaned it for you.
Okay. It's funny because I was about to do the same thing, and then I grabbed the book and put it on the table, and I'll help him go through it. I want to read it too. I have a vested interest in this.
Since you guys take time to try and pour over this, the main thing you get is the majority of it appears to be is definitely laid out as theory, but the entire premise of it is the it is meant to be information on various purification rituals, ideally following around ways to remove curses, ways to bless defiled objects, and ways to purify things that have been otherwise corrupted or are dark. And it goes into theories about spellcraft, spells that you are familiar with, such as restoration magic, as well as more obscure things, where the writer postulates on certain magical items that it believes might be able to achieve these purification effects, or also some even more obscure, more powerful rituals that involve magical creatures or long-lasting rituals that require very rare ingredients, but those are not confirmed. They are the author's belief.
Is there any specific mention of any particular magic items?
There are, but they're not like specifically named. But there are magic items that the author believes that would have purifying effects. The one that is specifically called out is believed to be held in Fire Dragon Mountain.
And it is called. It doesn't call out names, does it?
Right. Yeah. It is just. It is his research that he believes he has tracked down a powerful item that he believes would reside currently in Fire Dragon Mountain due to the last time he found any
Does the
references.
book say that it wishes to does it deal with, say, purging demons from items?
That would also be among the list of things that the author is going to accomplish among the purification aspects. Yes.
Okay, I need to make
You
notes
said
of
the
that.
powerful magic item was something that could purify items. It wasn't something that needed to be purified.
Right. Yeah. Like basically, this is like looking at a modern context, it would be like if you Googled "My house is haunted," this is the type
What
of book
do?
that would show up. They'd be like, "Hey, here's some things you can do to get rid of that ghost, friend,"
Gotcha.
and lists things. And has a lot. Most of it seems to be experimental magic. Well, it does list some of the more mundane that you are familiar with. The majority of it seems to be theory and extrapolation on the part of the author.
Okay. Does it have a target for its items? I don't know, perhaps a sword that it wishes to be purified.
The book does not. The book is just talking grand. So this is like
So,
someone's thesis statement on how to make bad things good.
yeah,
Are there
I
any,
understand
like-
that, but is there any like sections where it's like you have a thing with a bad thing in it, and maybe you want to try X thing, and there's like, is there any pages that relate to like swords, etc.?
Nope, nothing calls out specific the circumstances.
I would like
It just
to,
lists.
if possible, tonight, if it takes a little while, with the book, I'm going to copy the section on demonic knowledge that he has into my
Okay.
book. That's
Okay.
going to be, yeah.
Is there anything in this book that would indicate where someone else was reading, like a bookmark or a dog ear or a highlight or something like that?
Make an investigation check.
You know I'm good at those. Except for this time. 13.
13. Okay. The book actually shows amazingly little wear. It looks like it has not been used much. It appears as though it was thumbed through recently, but there does not appear to be any particular dog ears, underlines, or bookmarks in it.
Who is it written by? Sorry. Okay. In which case, it's not important. Don't worry about it.
They are no longer alive. We'll put it that way.
Yeah, that's fine. It was just one. It was one more line of thing to get rid of. If it was someone we'd heard of or someone that was around, then that would be. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
It was written by staff.
I was more thinking by someone who was like in one of the councils or like a mage that is currently alive, or basically if you knew and you had an answer ready, it was important. If you didn't, then it's not, so it's fine. Yeah, I have no further questions with it. I am gonna ask you though, Scooch, that if it's all right with you, I would like to keep hold of it.
That's fine with me. If that's the case, just let me. And he kind of like flips through to the section on removing curses. Rifles through his own papers and pulls out like one of the pages and just like fills in like one empty space of the equation, and he's like, "There you go."
Okay, well, I'm going to. What time is it?
Probably on about noon between travel time, the investigation, travel back, and the time you spent looking through the book. It's probably
Have I had enough of a rest to get my key points back?
no, because you've been spending your time actually doing investigation. You have not been taking a load off.
Well, I'm going to go to my room for an hour and get my key points back, and then I have plans, but I will let everyone else do what they want to do.
Okay. So as you depart back to your room and engage in a rest, and the rest of you have engaged in your rest, there comes a knocking at your doors.
No.
Hello? Hello?
Go away.
I will open the door.
So in front of each door is a Valdean in full attire saying, "Your presence has been requested by His Majesty."
Oh,
Well, in that case,
She definitely laid down because she has a headache after the poison. Just flips over and is
She
like,
did
no.
get poisoned. If we were able to take a short rest before that, I am going to use my arcane recovery.
Okay. Yep.
All right.
So you were allowed to take a short rest. You did get the relaxation time.
Nice.
I'm going to use 2 of my hit dice as well. You know what? I can't be asked with one's my D8, right? I'm just going to roll 2.
And then I guess we go see the king.
Yep,
Done rolls. Did anyone see that? That was fucking insane.
I did.
2.
2.
You are all led into the main throne room, where Elwyn is sitting waiting, as is Princess Fiona. He says, "Thank you for coming so quickly. I was informed of what happened."
Sorry, right.
Yes, I was informed what happened within the city. I am glad that your prowess prevailed, though it is very worrying that our enemies are even within the city walls. It shows the danger is closer than any of us feared, and as Moss has still not moved to answer our summons for assistance, my daughter will be traveling there as an envoy to speak on my behalf to beseech King Jester. She has specifically asked for you 5 to accompany her.
Wait, where again?
We're going to
Well,
Moss.
that's my home.
it is quite an honor to be requested by name. We will be sure to fulfill this request with the utmost aplomb.
I wish to impress upon all of you the importance of your mission and also the speed with which you will need to act. I will have Ludovic transport you as close as I can to save on any travel time, but beyond that, it will be up to you. You will be arriving in Valleyfleur.
I'm looking. I'm looking. Am I blind?
Just to double
It's
check.
bottom left.
Exactly the opposite of where I need to go. God damn this game.
Maybe one day.
I'm about to just set off on my own, y'all.
We can go through Theet, though.
Right, but we're being teleported, so we can't go through Theet, though.
Are we being teleported?
He did
just
say he was
said
going to
that.
transport us as close as he could.
Oh.
When are we planning to do this? Because I would like to speak to the mage. So
I was hoping you would head out as quickly as possible. If you have something to take care of, you may do so, but time is of the essence.
that was definitely me asking out of character. I would
Okay. That he does not say that.
yeah. So I wanted to know like when it was implied, because I will ask him now. So my liege, when do you plan for us to depart? I have one thing I wish to take care of first. It won't take very long, I promise.
He says, as soon as you are able.
Very good. Do you? I'm terribly sorry to interrupt you, my lord, but you understand I've a little business. Do you know where Ludovic is currently?
He says, I believe he is most likely in his chambers or in the tower.
Very good. If, with your permission, I wish to be excused from a room so I may find.
Very well. Please do not tarry too long. As I said, it is important that you leave post haste.
I will be as fast as I am able, and I bow and run from the room to find him in the 2 locations. So I'll start his quarters.
All right, the rest of you just gonna hang out.
Before I left, I would probably have said to Scooch, if you wanted to come with me, it might be useful.
Yeah, I'll go if you specifically ask.
Uh,
Yeah.
Where is the teleportation circle we'll be taking to get closer to our destination? Because that's where I'll head.
It says, well, that will be in the Tower of the Stars, which I believe is where you arrived when you
Neat.
returned with your information.
Oh yes, I do remember this. And then I am ready to go currently, and I guess I will stay by your daughter's side until we get back. Honestly.
I left some stuff in my room that I need to go get.
Well, please make whatever arrangements you need.
Yeah, and I'll go get my things because definitely did not walk into a throne room holding shield and mace and such.
Okay.
I definitely did.
King summoned us. I'm ready for a battle.
Thomas, Elwyn also stands up and retrieves something from beside the throne, walks up to you and hands it to you, and says, I've been watching you. Please take this with you. And I can't deal with your freak out face.
Give it to me.
Give it to me.
Thomas at the bottom. Continue.
And please bring my daughter back safely.
Of course, my liege.
I feel
And I'll receive whatever the heck it is.
Okay.
I feel like Andrew
it's a bound
saying that
package.
It's a what?
means it's
It's a bound package, so you can open the package if you want. like a 2-year-old at Christmas.
Yep.
It is a Baldean tabard.
A tabard is a type of sword, I believe.
No, tabard
No.
is
It's a
the
type
cloth
of
that you
shirt.
wear that identifies.
The thing that goes
Oh.
over your armor that has the coat of arms of the city.
Well, I will put that shit on.
God.
So the two of you going to go find Ludovic. You find his chambers and bang on the door, and you hear movement.
I don't yet. So I get to it, and then quickly, just before we get there, I say, Scooch, I have every faith that Ludovic was not setting us up, but I just want us to watch his face as we confront him with this book and see what he says, just in case we see anything untoward. And then I'm going to knock on the door.
You knock on the door, you hear the sound of movement inside and a chair being moved, and then footsteps, and the door opens, and Ludovic goes, Oh, hello again.
Greetings.
I hear you are to depart from Moss.
We
Surprised to
are.
see you here.
Well, now that I am, you'll also be surprised to see, and I get the book out of my backpack. This.
He goes, What is this?
Well,
So you're
I
handing him the book?
Yeah, well, I've got it in my hand, so I'll say, I apologize for not being quite straight up, but I wanted to see what our enemies were after with no interruptions, shall we say. If you wouldn't mind, I'd quite like your take on certain sections of this. And I start trying to let myself into the room if he's going to let me.
He takes the book, kind of gives Scooch a look, and it's like, I see, despite your age, you're quite adept at deception. Proceeds to flip through the book.
Oh, I
To
mean,
be fair,
to exonerate my companion completely, it was me that removed the book from the scene and me that fled the scene so I could conduct an independent investigation. So if anyone is to be held in suspicion, it's me. And to be honest with you, if anyone else is to be held in suspicion, it's everyone around me because I'm quite paranoid. Please, now continue. I'd like to insight check his reaction to everything as well.
Okay, make an insight check.
God damn it, dice.
Put him in
Oh,
jail.
my insight's awesome. That's a 16.
50 seems pretty genuine. You're not reading any weird, like, withholding anything or any subdued reactions.
Cool.
So he flips to the book and goes, "This is what they were trying to take."
Yes. I thought it was strange as well.
He's like, I don't know why they would seek this kind of information, but perhaps. And he kind of goes over his desk and flips through a whole bunch of papers and starts sifting through stuff and goes, "Yes, so before we lost contact with Alania, they had reported that there was a raid on the Great Rotunda there, and there also was a book on various purification and rites that was taken. So there must be something they have that they are attempting to undo some malevolent magic upon."
Oh,
Oh dear
yeah.
God.
I mean, I have an idea what one of them could be. Do you want to hear a theory that could get you killed, or should I say nothing?
When you phrase it like that, I think I'd rather not know.
Oh, do you know? Actually, I said that, and then I realized that my order's dead, so we're probably not a threat. Have you ever heard, and it's okay to say this, have you ever heard of, I'm stalling so hard because I've forgotten the name of it. I wrote this down. Fuck. Have you ever heard of the Temple of
Sword of
Atalash?
ultimate evil.
Oh, no, what that's. I know the name of that sword, but Jane doesn't. He knows it as the sword. We never gave it a name because
The
it speaks.
sword of very badness indeed.
Well, it speaks to us. It's given us a different name every time.
So you're asking him,
If he's ever
What?
heard of the Temple of Atalash.
if there's not particularly, that's not been one of my areas of study, but I do have a colleague from Marmo. I could probably find out more if I needed to.
Oh, I'll save you the trouble. So it's a temple that housed a very powerful sword that was the prison of a very powerful demon. And that sword was stolen by, you definitely know his name, Ashram, the Black Knight.
I see.
I'm quite afraid that the sword possesses those that try to take the blade. You see, I know of the temple because I don't know if you can tell from my garb, but I lived there. And it possesses people that take it up because that demon's quite strong and quite strong-willed. I do fear that someone's bitten off more than they could chew and has taken up the sword, and perhaps this is trying to purge it.
Well, then that would be a good result, would it not?
Oh, of course, but the problem is until we know how to do it, there's no fixing it. We want the sword purged, but what I'm saying is that the sword is out at large now, and clearly it's causing problems because Marmo are willing to invade a fortified city, murder citizens inside of it, and die on my blade and my companions' blades in order to get a book that's mostly just magical theory. Something bad has happened.
Also of note, while it is generally good to purge the world of some curse or dark magics, if purging this weapon of its dark magics allows the wielder to then access its power without any side effects, that may prove problematic if the person who is wielding its power is the enemy of the entire world.
Evil.
Oh,
Evil.
I hadn't even thought of that.
Also, as a note to the smart people, that's not the only magic dark item that we know that they have, or at least we suspect they have.
Yeah.
They have that portal thing that corrupts you as you hold it.
The book didn't mention void, did it? Or did it mention void stuff?
It did not specifically mention void stuff, because as far as scholars are concerned, that's not a curse, that's another place.
Okay.
We must purge the world of the curse of.
The void
anyway,
being even there.
I believe that you are far greater a scholar than myself, and I wished to share this with you. I apologize for the deception. I simply wanted to see your reaction. Do forgive me, but you can't take anything as coincidence. And given that you were the last person to send my colleague and good friend to the library where we were then attacked, I had to see for myself, and I believe that you are innocent.
Says I can understand the discretion, and it seems that there is so much more happening than what we know, and that is concerning. I may have to speak with my colleagues and see if we can find out more about what this could mean.
Yes, if I would greatly appreciate it if you would share anything you learn.
Well, thank you for sharing this information.
You're
I
welcome.
don't think I would have made a correlation to that incident in Alania otherwise. Very intriguing.
You are welcome. I shall see you at the teleportation circle, and
Might as
please,
well walk together.
I mean, if you're coming,
He's not on teleportation duty. They have other people for that.
Oh,
okay. Well, in which case I shall bid you farewell, and I will head to the teleportation circle.
I thought that
Okay.
they mentioned him by name. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, the king mentioned him, but maybe he
Mhm.
just oversees people or something.
Okay.
Make sure they don't screw it up or whatever.
It is the king's daughter. He might actually be teleporting him.
So you all make your way to the tower with the princess, who is ready for travel as well. Tomless in his shiny new tabard with the multi-end colors on it.
Oh, I definitely would have given you your gorget, by the way, at some point, which would just be a simply made.
And Anaya has died, apparently.
Oh, I'm here. Sorry.
That was not convincing.
No, I'm not dead.
I'm here.
I'm here. um, so the entire teleportation circle is already set up and ready. As you all prepare, they have a couple mages who are waiting to complete the last steps of the ritual. They let you know that you will be arriving in Valifleur in Moss, within the upper floors of the Worm Soul Academy.
Does that mean something to someone? I feel like that should mean something to something.
Frickin' does.
Ladies
Could
and
have
gentlemen,
dropped
it's
that
time,
knowledge maybe like before we were in the teleportation circle. It's fine.
it's time for the Aegis Escutcheon part of the adventure, ladies and gentlemen.
I am so excited.
Says that that reaction was the best, and says that you should all be greeted by Ruvik Thar, who will be waiting to receive you all. So please,
Be worse.
please act swiftly, and all of our hopes for the alliance with Moss to remain strong rest with all of you. And the circle surges into life.
And I'll usher the princess through with me because again I'm staying by her side. So
Okay.
Creepiest laugh ever. Like, if you laugh like that near her, she's not gonna be near you.
I'm just turning into
How are
Chad.
you married?
Thomas is becoming Chad. Alex, into the
Alex?
teleportation circle.
This man is about to be a father.
Yeah.
These are all true facts.
So you all enter.
I want to quickly say to the king.
Every
before I
time,
leave-
6 seconds.
You have 6 seconds.
Oh, I'm just gonna go then. Yeah, fuck it.
You guys always want to say something right before we teleport. Do it before the teleportation circle's active.
I
You ding
thought
dangers.
it lasted for ages. They can cast it again.
Nope.
Fuck, they got spell slot.
So there's the flash as each of you enter. You find yourselves in a large open chamber with candelabras all around it, with the circle below you fading back out of the power as you all arrive. There's a single large door at one end of this decent-sized chamber, and standing there is a single figure wearing a silver robe. Very stocky-looking individual, very square-jawed, short hair, clean-shaven, kind of bushy eyebrows. And he goes, welcome, agents of Baldea, to the Wormsoul Academy. My name is Ruvik Thar, and if I can assist you in any way on your travels towards, suddenly forgot the name, blacked out, there we go, Dragon Breath, please don't hesitate to ask. And he stops as he looks over all of you and goes, is that young Escutcheon?
Headmaster Thar, it is good to see you again.
He says, I'm glad you've made your way back to our halls.
Yes, well, I guess I never wanted to leave in the first place.
Should I kill him? No, I'm just kidding.
No, he's one of the good ones, don't worry.
I will say that seeing as I only had 6 seconds and I forgot to do anything, I don't have my mask on. So, there is a drow stood there.
Yes,
There is
they
a
were
drow.
told you were coming.
Okay, good.
Did the messenger get to Moss before we did? Or are we here before the messenger?
It's been 7 days.
How long does it take to get here?
I paid first class, damn it.
But that is where we were going to stop this evening. As you have all arrived in Moss. So, thank you everyone out there in Viewerland for watching with us. Thank you again, whatever the name was that was subscription. I don't have Twitch open.
I'll find it for you.
Damn it, Gaddis.
Wait.
It's damn it, Gaddis.
Damn it, Gaddis. All right. So thank you again.
Also, thank you very much to 31 Gallium, that's our very own Anaya, for subbing with Twitch Prime. You know where it's at. Steal Bezos' money. #stonks.
#stonks.
So thank you for joining us. There'll be Dresden tomorrow if you're so inclined. Please do check it out. It's a good time. And then we'll have the usual streams again starting next week. So have a good night and thank you.